How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Big Six. Apologies for the delay. I was going to move it to 10:30 because Saeed's still on his way to Bilbao. He'll be there. He'll be on the show by 11 p.m. hopefully, as long as the internet's working well wherever he's staying. And because I nearly shifted it, Grizz has decided to go shop and he's still on his way back. So he'll be here in about 5-10 minutes. So yeah, hit the like button. The Big Six is the Big Four at the moment, but we've got who we need to have at this moment in time. We're going to start with the FA Cup final. Big up Big Steve. And we've also got Matisse and Tobs in the building. Yeah, hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Premier League action to talk about. FA Cup final to talk about. Europa League final to talk about. So it's only right that we wait for Saeed when he's good and ready to come on and give his part on that. He's had a long haul trip. He started at 9 a.m. It's nearly it's nearly midnight over there, or just past midnight. So he's doing a mad one.
He's doing a crazy one. He's literally on a pilgrimage to Bilbao. Literally a pilgrimage.
He went Switzerland to Barca to drive 5 more hours to Bilbao. The guys.
He saved about 30 quid.
Honestly, I was just gonna say all this money that he's allegedly saving, is it worth this hassle?
I highly doubt.
Actually, I don't know. Steve knows. For me, Saeed's. I don't know. He was about to upgrade to the Club Worlds for the upcoming. is he as tight as you say? See, I don't know. What is it? What's he?
The guy can peel an orange in his pocket, man. The guy is tight as fuck. He won't give a door a bang, that lad. You know what I mean? We only shamed him into the Pogba when he owed me for that Pogba. We had to do a vlog. So, you know, because he had to earn money out of it to pay the meal back. You know what I mean? So he filmed it. You know what I mean? That's how tight he is.
He took you for a meal and made content out of it.
Exactly.
Big up Saeed. Saeed, when you can, make sure you log on, my bro. Hopefully the internet quality is good. But listen, even if it's audio, at least we can do something there. Tobes, how you feeling? Big week?
Big week, man. Big week, bruh. I'm nervous. I'm sad, but I'm also happy, man, because I feel like it's a big week to get a big monkey off our back, man. It really is. And I feel like, and I know we'll get into it now, but like there's an air of, there's a bit more confidence heading into this game. It isn't just pure, fan belief. There's a bit of confidence heading into this game because this is probably, I would say, the first final we've played where like, there's not been a huge disparity in quality between both sides. You look at the last final we played, Man City, it's a mismatch. You look at Liverpool, mismatch. Before that, it was Chelsea in the League Cup final. It's a mismatch, right? This one we're going into it where it's like you're actually playing a team that have been just as shit as you this season, and you actually have a couple of players that probably would start for them. So let's see. Let's see.
I say big week for you. It's a big week for you as well, Matisse. Not only game week 38, but Man City play Bournemouth tomorrow as well, which, you know, they're either going to be there on Sunday or they're going to be just about safe on Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, Forest won as well off the back of your win. So how are you feeling about this week?
To be honest, I'm not really thinking about next weekend right now. Because Wednesday is just gonna be beautiful, you know what I mean? It's somebody's funeral. Do you know what I'm saying? And
be a nightmare, bro.
The after party, we will be there. Do you know what I mean? I don't really. Listen, obviously, I have my preference, of course.
No. Stop saying you have your preference. You care, brother. Yes, you care.
Of course.
So then don't say preference. Just be real with it, yeah?
Do you know what it is? Let me break it down because I don't want you to think that I'm completely lopsided in my analysis. If you win, I know that hurts Arsenal fans, and I love when Arsenal fans are hurt. So I have to take some.
It hurts you as well. Chelsea.
I know, but it hurts you more. It's like me getting shot in the arm and you man got shot in the chest. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like that. And then with Man United, do you know how embarrassing that is? And then Steve gets to have his monologue and cuss Man United completely out of the world. You know, so there's positives even if you win Tottenham. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I want you to win. I'm just saying I can definitely find positives in your victory. I'm not going to be depressed if you win. It's not going to affect me massively. We've still got 2 Europa Leagues. You got 2 Europa Leagues. You got 1.
Do you know why it can affect you? Forget about the silverware thing, of course, it's not going to affect you because you've won the Champions League. But you know why it can affect you?
Go on.
Let me tell you this. You play Nottingham Forest on Sunday.
Oh.
If Nottingham Forest beat you on Sunday, you don't play Champions League football. If Tottenham win, this piss poor Tottenham side get into the competition that you have been demanding that your team must be in next season. So if we get Champions League, and you get Europa League, bro.
I know, but you know what? Yeah, it doesn't. Even if you don't do it, if Man United, I'm still going to be just as offended if Manchester United are playing Champions League football and we're not. So we just have to beat Forest because it doesn't matter which one of you win. It's equally as embarrassing and it's equally as insulting because you're both just as shit as each other. And I'm not going to look at Man United in the Champions League and think, oh, that's all right. No, I'm going to be absolutely fuming because they shouldn't be there either. So there is no W's to take from either of you, you know, making.
But don't you think SAEED? I mean, SAEED would be a different man if.
See the way SAEED was looking at me across the table, brother, for the mob.
Nah, I didn't.
Brother, SAEED's looking at me across the table like as if he's on top of the world. Steve's right. This brother needs humbling. He's confused. He's in disarray.
But there's nothing better. There's nothing better than a SAEED that's on one start to start the season, though.
Nah. Not after.
Do you remember that intro from Skull? The opera, the highs, the lows, the highs, the low. We need that again from SAEED.
100%, we need it. I'm even.
Are you trying to convince us that SAEED needs to win this competition?
No. This
brother's a loser, isn't it?
No.
I remember on the mob when I said, "Hey, Chelsea, Man United need to win their next 2 games," and he was like, "Bro,
yeah, bro."
And he was like, hold on, what's their next game?
Listen, what I'm saying is this, yeah. The way that guy's been talking, he does need to win it. He needs to win. And all I'm gonna say is this: I'm gonna drop Skull a DM after the show. I'm gonna ask him to start working on a very top secret project. Yeah, it's not that secret anyway, but just wait on it. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. If that video comes out, we've done our job. If that video doesn't see the light of day, don't ask me about it again.
Yeah, if you that Skull will twist that video and your messages and all of that. Trust me, there's gonna be something coming out of that. But yeah, it's not so top secret anymore. 2.8K, no of it, as well as us 5 here. But hit the like button, people, if you know of the secret top project that's gonna come out or might not come out come Thursday. That's our next show. SAEED will be on that one from the very beginning, but he's gonna be on this one as well. So if you wasn't here for the first few minutes, SAEED's on the way to Bilbao. He should be there in the next 25-30 minutes. Give him some time to get ready. Hopefully by 11 in the next 40 minutes he'll be on, and then we'll be ready to talk about Europa League final in full, in depth. Grizz is in the building as well. Liverpool coming off another loss, 3-2 against Brighton. But Steve, back to you. FA Cup final. You went into it with a very much kind of blasé. If we win it, you're gonna be looking at teams that were meant to be winning things this season. But if you don't win it, you shake the Crystal Palace fans' hands, and everything we've seen since their win regarding their fans and the celebrations. I mean, that's what football is all about. So big up Crystal Palace and getting their first major trophy under their belts. But yeah, Steve, you was there. How did it feel?
Not good. It's never good to lose a final. I think it's just a manner in which we lost it. Everyone watched it. It was very, very boring from City, wasn't it? Side to side. Just fucking grim. You sort of almost knew what was going to come. You know what I mean? They scored their goal, and then they just thought, right, we've got something now to hold on to. Dig deep, let them try and beat us. If they watched the Southampton game the week before, they realised that struggle to get through the way he plays that system. I said it on my own channel this week about you can pretty much predict how it is. You know what I mean? Ruben Diaz, Guardiola. They keep hold of the ball, most possession, goes to the left, Doku, puts back inside, goes back to Guardiola, goes to Diaz, goes to Savinho, goes to the right. It's just, like you say, blasé. It was just not good enough. It didn't feel like we laid a glove on them. And I know people are going to talk about the goalkeeping incident. Now, listen, I didn't even mention it in my aftermatch because I didn't really I'm not about that, you know what I mean? But if it happens to anyone else, there's murders about that. You know what I mean? There's murders about that. The decision was wrong. The VAR was wrong. Then we get a chance to equalise. We get a penalty. And your main striker, Erling Haaland, 500 grand a week, just comes back from injury. Get the ball, put it down, smash it in, get the team back on track. Gives it to Mamouche. Now, Mamouche is a quality player. You know what I mean? Penalties are 50-50. Henderson saves it. And then you're just thinking, is it going to be one of them days? So Erling Haaland's got to look at himself, because if I'm the main striker at a football club and I get the chance in the cup final to take a penalty and score and get my team back in it, I'm taking it. I'm not giving it away. So that one was a bit weird. The lack of substitutions late on, you know, bringing on Grealish or anything like that to freshen it up didn't happen. And it just, the whole performance just looked disjointed, and it sums up the season. You know what I mean? We can't sit here and say we've had a great season. You know what I mean? We've not. We haven't been anywhere near our usual standards, and it's showing. And like you say, it was just, we didn't deserve it, man. We didn't deserve it. And you got to give credit to Palace. They got the goal in front, and they went, right, let's defend it. And they defended it and they won it. You know what I mean? And I can't say anything other than well done to Palace. Congratulations. And all the Palace fans we met after the game, you know, it sort of reminds you a little bit what football's about. You know, sometimes people can take winning trophies for granted. You know, some of the younger City fans, they sort of have that attitude about it. They don't really know what the hunger was like, you know, back in the day. And when you see the Palace fans crying and all that, you know, it means the world to them. I was talking to a guy in the bus stop after the game. He was bladdered, and he was like, if I die tomorrow, I'm happy, man. You know, I'm happy. And I was like, fair enough, man. I was like, fair enough. But, you know, Man City shouldn't be going around giving these teams these trophies, you know what I mean? Easy like that. We give it one to Wigan. They got relegated and won the FA Cup. And Palace now have won the FA Cup. But we didn't deserve it. I'm not going to come on here and moan and try and say we did. We didn't. We were miles off it. And Pep's got to look at himself for it. You know, there's more than one way to win a football match. And persisting with that way was never going to work. When a team goes into a low block like that, and everybody is literally just, you know, well controlled and marshalled, move over to the left, double up on the winger, move over to the right, double up on the winger. We weren't even taking long shots, you know, even trying to have a goal from distance, hoping the keeper spills it or anything. So, you know, it's disappointing to lose it. 2 cup finals in a row we've lost. You know, I'll give them credit for getting there. But now the Champions League, after the Southampton point, that's up in the air. We've just got to make sure we get Europe. And if we get Europe, you know, get Champions League, it is what it is. And we've got a whole big rebuilding sort of project on next season. I don't know which way they're going to go with it, what's going to happen, but, you know, they'll have to get it right and get moving. But lastly, you just got to congratulate Palace. And like you say, fair play.
What about in the worst case scenario if you wasn't to get Champions League?
It's not. I mean, for Manchester City, it'd be the worst case scenario because, you know, we don't want to drop in the Europa League. Not when you've been playing in the Champions League for 15 years on the trot. I don't want to go anywhere near it. But the way we've played this season, if you said to me, if I was watching this Man City team and I didn't support them, and you said, do they deserve Champions League football? I'd say no. I don't think they do, because Nottingham Forest have been better than us this season. Aston Villa have been better than us this season. But I'm not going to not take it. I'm going to want it. And I think if we get it, we've got to be grateful we got it, because the way it was looking was peak. But I don't know. There's something not right there. And I think that they left it a bit late. There's a lot of players going to have to be cleared out. And you know yourself, when you're moving a lot of players on, A, you've got to get your recruitment spot on. And B, you've got to hope that they hit the ground running. If they don't, or they're not quite at it, you know, the City fans are not going to be that, oh, well, we'll give them another season just to bed in. It's like, no, they're used to winning now. They want trophies. So it's going to be, they've got to get everything right. They've got to get everything right. And like you say, I just feel like there's big changes coming at the club. Pep's got to look at himself as well. You know, people moaning, you can't criticize him. I mean, for what he's done, you can't. But if he gets it wrong in games, you can criticise him. Of course you can, because everyone in that stadium was watching that game going, it's not working. You know, we've been playing with Mamouche up front and Haaland on not in the team, and we've been beating people, no problem. We've been playing good football. When Haaland's there, I said it last show, I feel like he's easy to mark. I feel like Palace know that. Keep him out. You know, let the centre-backs have the ball on the edge of the box. Ruben Diaz isn't going to hurt you. Josko Gvardiol ain't hurting you from there. Nico O'Reilly ain't hurting you from there. Let them have the ball. Let's just keep our plan. Do you know what I mean? And he didn't change it. There's no plan B with him. So we got what we deserve. But I hope they learn from it. You know, I thought last season they would learn against Man United. This season against Man United at home, you know, there's been loads of stinky games, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm just praying now.
Do you think Pep definitely sees out like his next 2 years in full? Because it does feel like a cycle's coming to an end. Like anytime, even when you hear him in press conferences as well, he's a bit different, and obviously his private life is going to have an effect on him there as well. But do you think he sees out the next 2 years, regardless of next season? Like if you go trophyless again,
I think it's up to the board then to make a decision, because it's all. We've all seen great managers do great things, but you can also hold on to a great manager for too long and it starts to go sour. You know, we've seen it with Wenger. You know, we've seen it with Mourinho sometimes. You know, he's come back to the Premier League, didn't quite do it. You know, Alex Ferguson, you know, he wasn't the same. So you've got to trust the board to make that decision. But who's out there? And it's just a standard. It's just the what's getting on the people's fans. It's just the football at the minute. I think he's got in his head this system, but I don't think he's got the players that can play the system. You know what I mean? And I think other teams are thinking, you know what, we can win these games. We can steal it from them because we know how to set it up. I think when he went back to the Raheem Sterling, Leroy Sané days, the City were awesome. You know what I mean? They killed you. This season, they've just been very, very average. And like you say, you know, Haaland's unbelievable, but he's not unbelievable if you don't get him the ball. You know, if you don't play the ball to him, you don't play to his strengths. If you don't get balls in at pace for him to attack, you don't get crosses in for him to attack. If you don't break quick on the transition and allow him to run into that space over the top and get them balls over to him, he's not effective. You know, he's not effective. And this is what I'm saying. Teams relish the thought of Man City playing narrow in the middle of the park and Erling Haaland as a figurehead. It's too congested in there. Teams love it. Low block teams love it, you know. There's no expansive wingers going to the byline. There's no one stretching the play. There's no one passing the ball in between the lines. There's no one can thread that pass through. There's a Kevin De Bruyne, an aging Kevin De Bruyne. That's it. So it all needs to be tweaked and freshened up. And the man to do it for me is Pep. But this season's been just one of them where, fucking hell, get me to the end of it, you know?
Yeah. Well, for me, the mark of Man City running out of ideas, you said it yourself, Steve, is when you see the likes of Ruben Diaz and Akanji on the edge of the box and they're just throwing crosses into the box. That's when you know, we got the point in the bag. Like Arsenal, we saw the same thing at the Etihad, and if not for that last-minute goal from John Stones, they would have lost at home to a 10-man Arsenal. We saw it against Southampton when they drew 1-1. This is a very unimaginative Man City team, and it's crazy to say it, but it is.
For Pep, it's crazy, isn't it?
Like it's a very, very, very unimaginative Arsenal Man City team, and it's not even a Pep thing. Like even under Pellegrini, Man City had lock pickers. They had David Silva, they had Samir Nasri, right? They had Yaya Toure, they had Fernandinho, they had lock pickers. They had Aguero who could just get the ball, dub 3-4 plays and slap it top bins. You look at this Man City team now. Of course, they got good players. They got players for the future in Echeverri, Gvardiol, etc. But you make your money, right, at the top end of the pitch. And at the top end of the pitch, outside of Haaland, who's making a difference to Man City? Who is making a difference to Man City? Kevin De Bruyne leaving. Who is actually taking that
like
mantle?
we just said, Haaland needs service. And
No, but that's why I said outside of Haaland. Haaland is only one man who's, like you said, who's reliant on others playing the ball into him. Who's being that lockpicker for Man City? this is why, like, I know, Steve, I know you say, oh yeah, I'm bothered about your transfers and stuff, but this is why, like, when we talk about the transfers, I'm looking at it because I'm just like, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at what you're missing, I'm looking at what you're going for, and I'm like, how does this solve the problem that you're facing?
Well, he's got the system in his mind that he wants to play, and it's just the way, you know, it is the way it is. You know, Rodri coming back in is going to be massive. But for me, if you sign a striker on a 10-year contract, you have to build a team around him. You have to bring to the table the creators for him to create the chance to score the goals. He's not going to be a striker that's getting involved in the link-up play. He needs to be the man that finishes it. You need them little wizards in the pockets that are going to do that. And then just make sure them balls are coming in for Erling to finish him. The first season he came in the Premier League, people were like, what the fuck? It was hat-trick after 4, after 2s, because people had never seen anything like him before. When they thought, you know what, if we can stop Haaland, get 3 men on him, you know, and we can let Man City have the ball, the rest of them have got no idea. So it's great. They can't hurt us from out there. And the only teams this season that got beat by Man City were the ones that shown us too much respect and tried to go gung-ho at us and got caught out, and we beat them. The ones that were clever and the smaller sides who thought, you know what, let them have the ball. We'll just sit in here and see what they can do. And when we start getting frustrated and they get us on the counter-attack, and then they win in 1-0. The worst team, basically the worst team in Premier League history, Southampton. I know Derby get the account, drew 0-0. And then Palace, you know, look at Palace, how they've played against teams all season. They've been bombing down and attacking them. They didn't do that with us. They just said, let them have the ball. We'll bide our time. And when it comes, it comes. And we switched off for 1 second. They played the long ball over the top. They got us on the break and scored. Nottingham Forest did exactly the same at the City ground. They sat in, dig deep all game, let Man City fuck about with it on the edge of the box. And then they got one long ball from Morgan Gibbs-White over to Hudson-Odoi. We were all over the place. They cut in, they won 1-0. Teams have seen it. It's been done this season about 5 or 6 times. So to get caught by that in a cup final is naive from Pep and the players. And like you say, near the end, they just looked totally lost of ideas. They didn't even think, you know what, there's 10 minutes to go. Let's just launch it to Haaland in the box and see if we can cause some trouble. They were still passing the ball on the edge of the area in the last 10 minutes. Their possession was nearly 80% in the game.
But when we talk about this wizard and this person that's meant to be joining things up in between the lines, where is Philip Walter Foden? Because last year he was player of the year. Last year he was Man City's best player. Man City, if I'm the board, I'm thinking, right, he's taken the baton from De Bruyne, who took the baton from Silva, and Philip Walter Foden is now going to carry this Manchester City creative hub, creative responsibility, and no problem. Now we can start to look at other things. And this season, he's literally been invisible. We've not mentioned him at all. He hasn't even had, like in previous seasons, he'd have a couple of months where he'd go crazy off the bench or go crazy in 3-4-0ers and crazy drive up the statistics. He's not done anything. So I know you guys are now missing out on Florian Wirtz, but what are you doing with Foden? Are you replacing Foden? Are you going again with Foden? Are you moving Foden out wide? Is he playing in the middle? Because this kid was meant to be. He was meant to be I mean, he was last season. We don't even need to go that far back. But I don't really know what's going on with him right now. I don't know what's happening there.
No, he's well off it. He's miles off it. And like you say, I don't know. You guys are watching the same Foden as I'm watching. You know, the City fans are very, very perplexed by it. We don't know what's been going on. You know, he's not starting games. He's coming off the bench, not impacting games. He's not scoring goals. You know, there's lots of rumours around him. Oh, this has happened. This is this. Is this? But nobody knows. You know what I mean? But like I say, last season he was PFA Player of the Year. He was voted by the players the best around, and he deserved it. This season's been miles off it. He's not the only one, but like you say, you're looking when you're in a dark patch. You look for your star players to rise up and perform. But there's something not quite right. But I'm sure it will come out. But on the levels of performance he's playing at the minute, he doesn't deserve to be anywhere near the team. That's why he's not getting picked. So it's not like we're playing him week in, week out and he's stinking it. He's not playing. He's not playing.
I think that's the damning part. He's not playing, and there's that need. There's the obvious need for someone to connect the midfield to the attack, and just it's not even just connecting, just bring a little bit of spark. Right, Mamouche has brought that when he's come into the team here and there. Savio's done it on occasion, but like you need someone to do that centrally.
Tobs, you
Sorry,
know what
go
it
on.
is? I was going to say, you mentioned that word spark. And this is going to sound mad because he's my favorite coach ever, Pep Guardiola. Like, forget the rivalry and whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's my favorite coach ever. But spark, sometimes, if it's not coming for the players, and you're missing your main talent or one of your main talisman, like as in, what was his name? Rodri, earlier on, when you was at the season. A coach that is, and one bad season doesn't define his fucking career, which is illustrious. But a coach has to be different at stages of the season. He has to inspire. He has to do something out of what's the word? Out of the box when things are happening. We done a mob. Do you remember, guys? We done a mob watch along for the Arsenal game when the 10 men Arsenal, and it was like watching that again and again and again every week. Do you remember the comments we were making at the start? What is this? Just side to side to side to side to side. It usually used to result in Gundogan or Rodri taking a shot. Not even that. It has to come from the coach. Inspiration has to come from the coach. Innovative play has to come from the coach. He doesn't look it. And I questioned it at the start when they signed him again, when I said, when you force a manager who in his head doesn't really want to be there, not at City, but just wants to get away from football, you could tell sometimes he needs a break. And when you force someone to just go again, and he puts on a brave face, but you see his interviews, and Steve will say, I'm telling you now, some of his interviews are cringe. Like we call out Arteta and everything, blah, 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 blah. But this guy, and we used to call out Klopp, you listen to Pep, he sounds crazy, the things he's saying. Like, what are you saying here, bro? Like, Palace are a very good team, but Palace shouldn't be able to lock up Manchester City by just scoring an early goal. And easy as it was. Now, I know some people make out Dean Henderson was man of the match, but he wasn't asked to do something crazy.
Should have been on the pitch.
The penalty save was amazing, and it 100% should have been a red card. 100% was a red card. But apart from that, I thought Man City were totally uninspiring. And I think there is a dilemma and question mark how to play Mamouche and Haaland in the same team. I genuinely think that, because his wingers are all about, Haaland's all about getting crosses in, regardless of what else you think about the player. If you're not going to get the ball into the box with Haaland and play Mamouche off him, what are you doing still playing tiki-taka?
And
Mamouche and Haaland are not tiki-taka, bro.
But also, if City weren't such a ball-dominant team, I can't remember the last time I saw a through ball in behind to Haaland. Like, Haaland,
if KDB's not on the pitch, if KDB's not on the pitch, it's not happening.
But you know the last who done the last through ball to Haaland and he scored? Edison.
KDB?
Edison. Yeah.
There you go.
There's no transitions.
You think of Haaland first game at West Ham, yeah?
Yeah, I remember it, yeah.
Right through West Ham, he runs onto it, side foots it in the corner. How many goals are coming weeks? Gundogan slides it through, Haaland runs onto it, rounds the keeper, bang. How many goals Haaland runs, chips the keeper? Watch the goals. This season, it's not there. And I thought Pep would be a little bit cleverer than that. I think some of the players he's got in are not clever enough to play in his system. I think he knows that. I think he's had his own problems. It's just the season has just been a car crash for us. And like you say, some people will say it's not a bad season if you get Champions League. It's not, but the level of football you're watching week in and week out is not there. It's not the same. You know, you get a feel for your team. When you're on the season, you feel it and think, yeah, we can turn this on here. We can do that. But this season, early doors on this show, I said the same. They're not playing well. They're winning, but they're not playing well. It just didn't look right. And when other teams twigged it, and he's got a lot of work to do. He's got a lot of work to do. You know, it's on Pep. That's what he's paid for. I've said it. You know, he's rescued the season a little bit near the end, but next season's going to be even harder.
I do like that. But even the money that he spent it on initially players. And now I genuinely don't see them making an impact next season. I genuinely don't see your Nico Gonzalez in that team. I generally, Kusanov might come back. Marmoush, out of that £200 million spent, Marmoush is the only one who looks remotely worth the money. And even he needs to find his role in his position. So that's 200 million, not down the pan, because we'll see. We'll give Kusanov's young, we'll give him time. That Nico Gonzalez, I don't think he's going to make any impact whatsoever. In fact, they've been banished. They're not even playing now.
We didn't play a number 6. Kovacic got injured before the game. He's not played a number 6. He's played Bernardo. Now, Nico Gonzalez, what's he coming for?
Yeah.
What's he coming for? Where's he playing? Why can he not play in the 6? You know, nothing. Kusanov, they're talking about, you know, he's not been playing. Okay, well, Akanji just come back from injury, but you're playing him. You've dropped Edison again for the final, Ortega. It just looked weird. It just looked absolutely weird. And the Jack Grealish, we need a spark. He brings on El Chavera. He's never kicked a ball in English football. And the kid looked okay. You know what I mean? He tried his best. He looked like he was in between the lines saying, give me the ball, give me the ball. The problem is, the way we've been playing all season, we've had nobody in them tight positions and no one's got the balls to give him the ball because they were like, nah, he's going to lose it. And that's what was happening. So it's all got to be scraped back from next season. This World Club Cup's all got to be scraped back, and he's got to come up with a system that to go again that gets the best out of Erling Haaland, gets the best out of his wingers, and gets the best out of his midfielders. Because at the minute, it looks like a mismatch of players just put together, being told to play a system that they're not overly convinced will happen. And the quality of the players, he's getting them out the shit every now and then. Whereas, you know yourself, when you're building a title-winning team, it has to be a machine. Every single cog has to be in the right position, and it has to run smooth as clockwork. They're the best team. You build your run up, you build your team up, and you get to the end of the season in full flow, and you go and win the league. This team's never done that this season. It's been patchy and losses and down and up and a little bit more. And, you know, it's been a bit like I say, carcass.
We talk about the last couple of weeks, you've been talking about Cup win and Champions League, and it'll mask over a season. I think there could be problems, you know, in the last 2 games. Like your team looks very, very dead. And Bournemouth and Fulham, we know, are quite feisty, tasty little teams. Got nothing to play for, carefree. And like I said, Palace are the one of few teams that are not scared of you. And that's how they played. Palace, you know.
I think they'll see it through. I think Fulham are already on holiday, personally. I think if I look at some of the games I've watched,
they just turned up. Brentford away. Are you mad?
Brentford away, 2-1 down.
Yeah.
I think we'll beat Bournemouth tomorrow. Fulham will be tricky.
I don't know.
But if you beat Bournemouth, a draw of Fulham does it. That's the thing. So.
Yeah. No, they're still favourites. But I just think, I honestly don't see them winning both games. Definitely don't see them winning both games.
You know what? There was a name you put in the chat earlier, which was Turkey. And I think if we're talking about a spark and we're talking about someone to bring this team to life, I know he's not a pet player because of the lack of off the ball, but on the ball, that guy brings a spark into any team.
He is.
Both
he is. But you know how Foden and Grealish ended up listening to Pep and became robots. Cherki, you won't become a robot. If you make Cherki become a robot, you're just absolutely neutralizing his skill. You're absolutely neutralizing his talent.
You don't have to give him freedom.
You look at Pep's team with Xavi and Iniesta and Messi and that, and he used to kill everyone. And you think now it's come to this like machine where, because he's won the Premier League 4 in a row with it, he thinks that that's the way forward. But now, finally, after 4 seasons, people have twigged it. So now you've got to advance that system and go back to the drawing board and come up with a system now, because everyone's playing the Pep way. Everyone's doing that.
Someone's just put in a great comment though. Sorry. The fact that he's not a Pep player is exactly why Man City need him. You don't need any more Pep players, any more people to be stifled and robotic.
One of the geniuses about Pep in his time at City has been the way he reinvents the wheel before people clock on. And in my opinion, this is the first time that he hasn't been able to do it. But it's coincided with all the old guard, his legs falling off.
You know, the whole Pep player thing. The whole Pep player thing. That's a myth. We can go past the last 15 years and go through fullbacks and centre mids and centre backs. And Pep's had very different players across very different teams and eras. He had flying fullbacks, then he went with centre backs. He won with both styles. I think David Silva was the best balance he found in terms of an attacking midfielder that he managed to not make a robot, but he managed to make a system-based number 10 that can still flourish, but does the hard graft. I think that was a key difference for me between him and Ozu in the Premier League. I think David Silva managed to get the rough edge needed and get his head around the system, physical side of things more so. I think that was the best balance, and he needs to go back to something like that. I'm not saying Shirky's like David Silva, but you don't want to limit what he does. Like we're saying with Ranieri over here, maybe Arteta doesn't like that he's a bit more fluid. Maybe when he's on the ball, he's going to do something instinctive rather than listen to every single instruction every single minute. And that's the problem with system-based managers in this day and age. But there was Pep's a great example. He had systems with great players where the great players best side of all time. Many labeled that Barca side, even the Bayern Munich side, even DMs. He's had Yaya Toure, Busquets, Kimmich, Fernandinho, Rodri. He's had very different styles of DMs across the years. Some actually overlap in styles, to be honest. But there is no such thing as a Pep player. He's managed to make it work with many systems. But this time now, he's never gone 2 years without a league title. And did this one here, it looks like, how's he going to turn it around? I just asked about the next 2 years because I just think like Grizz said, he just seems a bit more stressed. Maybe that comes with not winning because the questions are a bit more.
Personal life is a problem. You know yourself. It's missus can give you grief. So if he's missus left, she's not been in Manchester for a few years, but obviously he spends his weekends with her. So he's obviously had a lot on his head. In a winning season, probably just gets over that by the team keeps winning. He hasn't got any headache. He just keeps churning it out, and the feel-good factor around him's great. When he's losing, the pressure's on him. That's early in the season when they were all taking the piss out of him when he had scratches on his head and all that and saying, his head's gone and all that. Like you say, everyone was coming for him. Even that fucking weekend, he's walking up the Wembley steps, there's people shouting shit to him. It's weird shit.
Yeah, I see that.
But like you say, so he's probably thinking, fucking hell, do I need it? But that's what the rest of the Premier League want. They want the meltdown. They want Pep gone. They want him out of it. He's given everyone in this league a nightmares for the last 4 or 5 years. This team's been getting fucking massive point hauls and finishing second. We've seen it. So people want him out. And it's like us with Ferguson. Everyone wanted him out. You know what I mean? Mourinho, get rid of him because he's winning all the time. But this is the time where he's got to show his minerals. He's got to show it now. Everyone's writing him off for the season. People are getting fed up with his style of football, and we want to know the answers. I feel like he just needs to come out and explain it sometimes, and just say, I had this idea, and I was planning on doing this. It didn't work, and then people sort of get it. But he just, like Grizz said before, sometimes comes out with madness, and you think, what the fuck's he talking about? You know what I mean? But listen, anyone writes Pep Guardiola off and Man City off, good luck with that, because I don't think you can write us off, and I feel like next season we will be back.
Well, off the pitch, the vert stuff. I mean, is there truth that deal's dead now, or is you haven't? It's
coming out from the right sources. He seems to be saying that apparently the whole package is too expensive, but I don't know. I take these things with a pinch of salt. We've seen it all before. You know what I mean? It was mind games last week. He was going to Bayern Munich. Then he's in England going to Liverpool and City having a mooch about, so it looks like his agents and his mum and dad are touting him. It's like touting him around Europe tour. You know what I mean? So this same Man City are out of it might prompt somebody else to think, we might be in then. If you just don't know, do you? So I take it with a pinch of salt, but I feel like he was the best for me to replace De Bruyne.
1,000,000%.
If Pep, he's got to have something up his sleeve, and like you say, it's just one of them things now. This is a make or break. He can't afford to get any wrong. We can't have any more Calvin Phillips. We can't have any more Mateus Nunes. We've got to have, big boy players coming in that fit in the groove.
Can't have any more Jack Grealish.
No. Who they're going to get now instead? Remember,
Morgan gives right.
MGW.
Good player. Just I don't think he's at the level for Man City. But anyway,
let me do the super chats. 40 minutes in, 5.1k here. Let's get the likes up to 2,000 people. Saeed's not in the building yet, but we've still got super chats and other topics to talk about. So No need to rush. We've got member comments as well. Slicko said, we've had supernatural seasons. No one can sing 4 in a row. Bring 2 midfielders, right back, left back, and a winger. Gundogan and Silva stay while De Bruyne is going is disgusting. Even the whole De Bruyne thing. Nishit says, Big Steve bingo drinking game time today. 4 in a row. Take it on the chin. Treble. Yes, I'm a shameless Arsenal fan in the chat. To be fair, I don't think we had any of those.
No, he didn't say one of them today.
You're a very sober man.
The game is the game. The game is controlled by me. I control this shit. I control the chat. I control the fucking my narrative on my part of the show.
You're sounding like Pep now. Calm down. You're sounding like Pep now.
They know that. They know that anyway. But listen, they can play as many games as they want and send as many £5 as they want. But I'm running this shit, mate. I'm running it. And this cooking that we're supposed to be getting, when's it happening? Because it's fucking not happening.
I'm not gonna lie. You didn't really say anything in the build-up to this game to get any sort of cooking or any sort of. You
didn't really believe Steve beforehand.
Yeah, you didn't really believe me.
It wasn't yourself. Like we weren't gonna cook you, but now that you mention it, now that you mention it,
I'm sick of believing. I've believed for 10 years and won 18 trophies, and I've had enough. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like I said on the overlap, you got to give people a bottle of milk when your fridge is full. So well done, Palace. Drink your milk. And see you next season.
Sorry, these sayings crack me up, man.
All he said was you know, if we win, great. That's better than most of you lot. And then if we lose, I'll shake all the Palace fans' hands.
You know what? It's mad. A wise old man once said football's a humbler. And, you know, listening to Steve the last couple of weeks has been, you know, it's a total different Steve that we've been listening to. Like, if we get into the Champions League and we win a cup, then, you know, it's a decent season, whatever. This is, you know, I know he thinks they're back next season if they spend another 300 million, whatever, you know, buy left back, right back.
700 million, 700 million at least.
Yeah. I mean, look. I think it's going to have to be more taking it on the chin, man, before this fixes itself. I'm not writing Pep off. He has to come back, though. He has to show something different that he hasn't shown in the last 12 months, I'd say. 12 months, he hasn't shown anything different. And you had that surge when you spent 200 million pounds, but even that's gone down now. And if anyone believes that Wirtz isn't, you know, you've shied away from Wirtz because of money, it's laughable. If people think that City have walked away because it's too expensive.
What are you saying? They picked you, yeah? Is that
no, he's not picked us. It's Bayern are still favourites. The Bayern are still favourites.
It's that Bavarian dream.
You can say that, but you know that City's wage structure, we have walked away from players before. We walked away from Alexis Sanchez. We walked away from Harry Maguire. We walked away from players because it doesn't do it. And City won't break it. They won't break it.
But there's game changes that you have to believe in. There's game changers, and if you're saying that you've spent 200 million pounds on Nico Gonzalez, Kusanov, Echeverria, or how do you say his name, and Mamouche, but you're not willing to spend 100 and X million on Florian Wirtz, I personally don't buy that. I personally don't buy that.
Neither do I. You spent how much? I didn't even realize.
Willy-nilly, man, willy-nilly.
I didn't realize how much Mamouche was getting paid on. So I saw it recently. Like I thought Man City just threw a young 140K a week at him, but he's getting paid well over he's close to like 250 bags a week. So I don't think it's a wage thing. Like I think Man City were in the race.
The overall package thing, they say in the package between what they want with goal bonuses, trophy bonuses, all this stuff. You know, a lot of people don't realise that it's the overall package. You know, Man United, if they win that cup on Wednesday night, are in shit street. You know that, don't you? Casemiro becomes the highest player in Premier League history if they win that trophy. His new contract kicks in. They're fucked. The bonuses they've got to pay. The bonuses they got to pay the players will send them. I was watching this financial guy today. Will send them backwards at least another 2 years. So all these United fans singing "We're all going to Bilbao," the roof ain't getting fixed, and you're fucked for the next 2 years. So I hope it was worth it.
I do think there's something in it to be said to the player thinking, right, is Pep going to be there in a year? What am I signing up for? Because everybody wants to play for Pep. But if Pep's tired, needs a break, uncertainty around his future, you're saying he's having personal problems, I don't think players are going to be of that ilk necessarily willing to sign a 5+1 or 6 year contract if they don't know who the manager is going to be. Same situation with Trent, with Klopp. Do you know what I mean? As you don't know who if one of your greats are going, you don't know who's going to replace him. Then it makes it a little bit more of an even playing field in terms of transfers, in terms of maybe we pick City, maybe we don't.
I was dreading that transfer. Remember, we were talking about it. I was dreading. We thought, oh, if Wirtz goes to
A game changer.
City, it's a game changer. I'm so glad that he's not. I'm so glad he's not now.
If he goes Bayern though, that's just a joke. Like, come on, man.
Why is that?
That's how they operate, isn't it? That's how they operate.
Bro, just separate yourself out from it, man. Musiala's already there. Just come on, man. Just go to another club.
Why?
I'm not saying go City, by the way, because they've had enough over the years. But what I'm saying is, if it's underwhelming, it's underwhelming. If that's
why is it? But why is it underwhelming though? He's a German boy, right? And he's playing for his dream club. He wants to play for his dream club. They're the biggest club in Germany. Why is that?
It's not his dream club, though, man.
Why? So what is his dream club? Tell me.
No, we don't know. It's not his dream club, Tobes. But I know what Turkish is saying. Like in terms of test yourself outside the comfort zone. You're playing in a team, then you're joining the best team in that country. That's like it's too comfortable if you want to be known as a great. But I get it. Like
I don't think
that's how Bayern operate. That's how Bayern operate. But they didn't sell Havertz to them. And now they're having to sell Jonathan Tah to them on a free transfer. Are they going to let Finn go as well on a free transfer?
Probably will. They probably will.
They have to.
They don't have to.
They're getting ransacked this summer, bro.
They probably will.
Oh yeah. Leverkusen.
I agree. I don't think Bayern Munich is the best place for him to go. I think he could have run a team, and I think at Bayern with Musiala and Elise's had an outstanding campaign. I don't think he's going to be running it. He's going to be with them. Kane. I think he could have run a team. He could have really come here, and he would have been one of the best players in the Premier League immediately. And
but he's already one of the best players in the German league. And
he's already won the German league, though, Tobes. So listen, it's my opinion. I don't really get it. He's already, you can win the Champions League in any European club. You've already won the Bundesliga. Winning the Bundesliga with Bayer Leverkusen is always going to be way more impressive than winning any Bundesliga with Bayern Munich. So unless you're going to win the Champions League,
100%.
You're not kicking on. You're not
100%.
Nah, man. So,
which with that sort of addition, I mean, it makes them one of the favorites.
Yeah, it does.
Not that they're not already one of the top 3 to 5 every year that could win it.
But
so
if not
maybe
Wirtz,
that's an argument. Maybe
if not Wirtz, who do you target in that role? Because you do need 4 or 5 players, and they all got to be.
You know who I want? Obviously, I want him because of bias, but really, we've got enough left-footed players that float in. But Arda Güler for me is someone that, if you look at the profile of player that's done well in them sorts of positions for Man City, whether it's gone the David Silva way or the Bernardo Silva way, because they went different paths, even though both were creative players. I think Arda Güler will be a shout for someone to get him. But
he's a baller, but I think Wirtz is just...
Of course. No, I'm not comparing, bro. Wirtz is clear, but...
No, I'm saying in terms of readiness, though. Like, I feel like Arda Güler, I feel like he's still a player who needs a bit more like cotton wool. Like I don't think he's someone you can just throw in right now and be the guy 38 games. I think you can do that for Wirtz right now. I think with Arda Güler, you probably want him rotating in and out for maybe one or 2 more seasons. Then you want to thrust him into that level of responsibility.
He has got the mentality for it, but you're right. You haven't seen it.
The quality too.
Just to add, people think that this is a Prem bias thing or something. I'm just saying, Bayern Munich have won 9 out of the last 10 Bundesligas. Don't try to gaslight me with some woke nonsense that him going to Bayern and winning an 11th or 10th in 11 or
makes
12th
any
in
difference.
13 makes any difference. Don't you dare gaslight me, please, in the chat. Don't embarrass yourselves. I don't know what kind of wokeism that Tobes is on right now. But that's
no wokeism. I'm just tired.
You ain't gonna ingrain yourself in the Bayern Munich history. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Don't play that one.
I'm not even looking at it from a woke angle. I'm just looking at it as Bayern Munich, whether we like it or not, they're a football superpower. So he's going to a football superpower. He's going to one of the biggest clubs in world football. Whether we like it or not, they are. If you probably counted top 5, top 6 clubs in world football, they're there. So if he goes to that club, you can't really look at that and be like, oh my God.
They are, but because of the league in general, though, Tobs, you have to agree. You have to agree that Bayern are gone. Like, if we're talking big clubs, great clubs, we're talking, Real Madrid, Barca, we're talking AC Milan, we're talking Liverpool United, we're talking Bayern Munich, the heritage, the history and all of that, yeah? But if we're talking modern day as well, we can go trebles and you know the amount of titles they've won, the amount of great players they've had. But like, how do I put this? Like, there's, for example, Musiala. Like when Musiala re-signed a new contract, it was very much like, oh, do you get it? Because even up until now, maybe it's on us to watch more of German league and Musiala, but you don't see enough of him because no one really cares for that league because it's a walk in the park. Whereas a Yamal who's 17 at Barca, because the league is, the eyes are on it. The Barca are, it's that the eyes are different over there. He's getting a lot of attention now. I'm not comparing the players, but what I'm saying is Musiala for the last few years, he gets his ratings. He's a quality player, but when he signed a new contract, it was like, oh,
Bro,
he should have really left. But it's the same for Wirtz as well. If you take legends of football across the modern era, yeah, legends of Barca, Real, Man United, even Liverpool, more often than not, their legends have more eyes on them and more hype about them than the Bayern Munich ones in this modern era.
I don't agree.
Do you know what I
don't
hate?
agree.
And who would you give as an example? Who would you give?
Your guy, Iron Robin. You
No,
but Arjen Robben, cold, and look at the amount of things he's won. Yeah, but even Arsenal have had bigger legends than him, bro. And Arsenal are not that level of club either.
Just to add to what he's
more
saying,
eyes.
though, do you know why? Do you know why you're spot on?
Henry's a different planet to any of them that's in the.
That's
modern
Henry.
era.
That's Henry. But you said Arsenal had multiple
but this is
players.
Bayern Munich, like you said,
and
powerhouse. But they're not like Barca.
But let me tell you this: Lewandowski is going to go down as one of the greatest strikers. He's going to go down as one of the great strikers. Where did he make his he mashed work at Dortmund, but the bulk of his career was spent at Bayern Munich. Nobody's going to look down on Lewandowski because he played for Bayern. He was cold.
Yeah, but Lewandowski was cold, but Benzema used to get more of the eyes,
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
In what universe?
He did, man. He did.
Lewandowski was more hyped at Dortmund.
Lewandowski will be known.
Wow, he's doing
Turkish. He's not aiding his argument. In fact, you're jeopardizing your argument. Lewandowski is the best example.
Yeah,
Lewandowski will go down as one of the greatest strikers of the era because of his time at Dortmund, Bayern, and Barca. He wouldn't have, in my opinion, if he just stayed at Bayern Munich, he wouldn't have been in that category. Benzema did. There was more eyes on Benzema. There was more talk about Benzema when Lewandowski should have been known as the best.
Listen, we don't need to dwell on this. I don't agree personally. Even when both were in the pick of their powers, I don't remember many people telling me Benzema's you're rating Benzema over Lewandowski. No,
but he's saying there was more
attention, more eyes, more talk.
Oh yeah, because he's playing. That's Real Madrid, bro. He's playing for the biggest club in world football. That's Real Madrid.
Do you know what though? Just to wrap
this
up,
it's Real Madrid. But then you can also say the same for Suarez around that time. It's Barcelona, but this is where I'm arguing with you about the powerhouse of club. You use that as an argument for it,
and you've named the two. You've named literally the two biggest clubs.
But if Wirtz went, let's say Wirtz won a treble with Bayern Munich next year, or Wirtz won a treble with Liverpool, or Wirtz won a treble with Man United, which one puts Wirtz down in a bigger legacy? Which one? Or which one's last? It's going to be the Bayern Munich treble, bro. Why?
It's not going to be why would it be the Bayern Munich treble?
Because
How many times
there's more eyes on this league?
How many times have Bayern Munich won the Champions League in the last 20 years? How many times?
Probably like 3-4 times.
3-4. They've won it. They've won it
maybe 4 or 5 times.
They've won it twice, maybe in the last 20 years. Twice.
Twice, whatever.
Twice. So you're telling me that if they win it one more time in a treble,
Liverpool have won it twice in the last 20 years. Man United have won it twice in the last.
But that's my point. You've literally proven my point for me.
No,
so
but how
can you say one is going to weigh more than the other?
Bro, if someone wins, if Wirtz won the treble at Liverpool, Man United, it's going to have more attention, more hype, and it's going to go down as a bigger thing than if he'd done it at Bayern Munich, bro.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
I'll tell you why people.
Hold on. Can I just make my point? Let me make my point. Hold on. Tobs. Half of the greatness of individual players is who they're going up against, right? Messi needed Ronaldo. They say it all the time. Ronaldo needed Messi. Gerrard needed Lampard. Lampard needed Scholes. Scholes needed Gerrard. When you're going up against top players, you're building your legacy because there's bigger moments happening. You're not getting those moments in the Bundesliga as much as you would in La Liga, Barca, Madrid, Atletico, as much as you would in the Prem with all of the teams. Even in Italy, in its peak, AC Milan, Inter, we can go Juve, we can. So I'm sorry, it's not washing with me. You're not going up against top players for multiple top clubs with Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich is monopolizing, and it's the same with PSG, monopolizing the entire league. You are expected to win every single week, and you're expected to win every single league campaign. So no matter no great achievement that you achieve, it's still capped because you're not going up against the best. When you do it in the Prem, you're meant to be going up against the best. La Liga meant to be going up against Vinny versus Yamal versus Mbappe versus Pedri. It's bigger because it's like, okay, wow, there could have been multiple winners here, but you got it. That's the difference.
You have to. I think. Let's end it. You have to, in order to go to that next level, you have to come out of your comfort zone at some stage in your career. And I think Turkish, and I definitely think that going to Bayern won't be coming out of his comfort zone, as it would be even if he went to a Barcelona or a Manchester United or a Liverpool, or a PSG even. I'm just saying that's coming out of his comfort zone and doing it there as well.
Yeah,
just to go to that. I mean, that's not taken away from. He's a fucking phenomenal player.
Baller. Let me go back to the super chats related to City and FA Cup final. If I can just catch up quickly. Here we go. MCFC Solo said our club needs to move proper. The PR today with Wirtz was disgusting. 2 8s, a 10, a wing or a winger, 2 fullbacks is a must to transform this team. We can't let the standards drop.
Got Nunes in it, fullback.
Blue Moon, pick up Palace, played the game and won. We wasn't good enough, and that's that. But we just need to win our next 2 games and forget about this season.
Ain't easy, or ain't easy, as many would say.
Box of oranges. Haaland can't shoot if De Bruyne doesn't help him aim. Karabag away days are gonna hit next season. Mahar says, Steve, talk on the Wirtz mess. To me, Morgan Gibbs. To me, MGB.
Morgan Gibbs White.
Morgan Gibbs White. Okay.
Yeah.
And Rangers are not the quality to replace De Bruyne. So where do you go from here?
Relax, man.
Not much quality out there to replace De Bruyne.
Rangers is fucking fantastic.
Good player, solid player.
Yeah, don't let anyone twist that. That Rangers is if they sign him, he's definitely what they need. Definitely.
Shamar, another City fan, says our last 3 investments in midfield, one a right back, one has fucked off, and the other Pep refuses to play. It doesn't make sense. Makes me think that there is a disconnect with Pep and recruitment. Have you felt like that, Steve? A disconnect between them?
I think that they made mistakes, not freshening it up properly, and they thought they could go again, and then now they were left to panic. In January, they sort of had to get reinforcements in because we were sinking fast. We got them reinforcements in, it plugged the gap. But then this summer now, the end, a lot of the big players, the ones that are very vocal, your John Stones, Jack Grealish, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, even Ilkay Gundogan, these are possible exit players. And there's a lot of experience and a lot of presence that you need to replace, you know what I mean? So we're going to have to see. And we've not even got a lot of time to do it because the World Club Cup is literally end of the season, bang, you straight into that. So that's going to be a bit of a mad one, but we'll see.
GJ says, can we take a moment to talk about in the know Steve? When my guy Grizz gets it wrong, he gets slaughtered. Wirtz to Anfield, take it on the chin, all love. What, Steve, did you give the hey Wirtz, yeah?
No.
But I know damn journalist.
We'll have to check the WhatsApp group.
No, mate.
Definitely didn't. Steve don't play that game.
Oh, mate. What's this one? Who's this related to? That's Europa League. MCFC Solo. Again, Pep's lack of use for Niko Kusanov and Echemesi is disgraceful. I'd accept if he was poor, but he played okay, decent, and better than the younks who need to be moved on. Pep is staying for the next 2 years, confirms Blue Moon, as he will be super motivated to correct this season. The man is a winner and doesn't like losing. I agree with that. Still sticking on the City ones. Is this the one here? Oh, yeah, Blue Moon. He needs a number 2 that will push him and not just be a yes man, but he will learn and hopefully get another Coleman like Arteta. We will be back.
Why does Arteta always get it?
If Glooming's a funny guy, you know, he's always ready to. And did you see his first sentence about City before? Crystal Palace played the game and won. What kind of a fucking sentence is that? Of course they fucking played the game, bro. You're both there to play the game.
Such a shame, man. They played the game.
I just can't be bothered. Box of Oranges says Philip Foden. Oh, Shamar. That's it, Grizz. Pep has favourites and he plays the same guys over and over again. That's one of the main problems. Example, Kusanov was dropped for Akanji.
No, Kusanov's been dropped ages ago, isn't it, Steve?
Protection more than anything. And he adds, well, MCFG Solo adds Haaland, Marmoush, Reinders, Gibbs White, Savio, Doku, etc. We have the chance to be a terrifying transitional team next year that would scare teams. I doubt we will. Yeah, the potential. I'm writing City off, says Mane have to run. Long ways off it, even with 200 spent in Jan. I guess you're talking about next season.
Look at Toto clips. He says Blue Moon is Robert Mugabe in disguise. He's the City Robert Mugabe.
He crashed Matisse's stream the other day. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec as well. Let me go quickly. Oof. On the subject, we moved on to Bayern. Massum says Elise has had a worldy season, but how many of you know that? Numbers wise, better than Yamal. Aesthetically, same, but hardly anyone talking. Why is that?
Hardly, really.
Yeah, come on, man. Don't do that. You know what he's saying.
I know what he's saying, and
no one's talking about Elise like they should be talking about him.
They shouldn't, because he's not as good as Yamal.
He's not as good. But
so then why would they be talking about them the same? Anyway, we're not going to do this.
But I don't necessarily think like, well, I mean, Dembele's calendar year this year is mad as well. But Rafinha's not as good as Yamal, yeah? But his numbers have been better. Do you get what I'm saying? So it depends what you're looking at there as well. Like
Elise's been spoken about. That's what I'm saying. But we can move on. That's what I'm saying.
Cool. That's VAR related. And T. Dot says English bias. People love to talk down the other leagues. So-called best league, but England hasn't reached a World Cup final in over half a decade. I think the league is not representative of the international side, especially Premier League out of all the leagues.
Yeah, exactly. No one's talking about Prem because there's bare English players doing a madness.
Yeah. I'm gonna check in on SAEED, see where he's at. It's 11:15, so hopefully he's still on course to make it. But we've still got the top 5 stuff to talk about. Thank God Arsenal won, so we're not on the split screen come Sunday for the top 5 race. But Chelsea, City, Villa, Newcastle, and Nottingham Forest, the 5 teams that can still grab the 3 places. Matt, you got Bournemouth tomorrow, Steve, actually. So
yeah,
I mean, might as well move on to that. Let me just message Steve and SAEED in the background and sort that out. But Bournemouth, I mean, are you confident about it?
Yeah, we got to win it. It's Kevin De Bruyne's last game at the Etihad, so there's all sorts of things planned. But you know, we just got to get the 3 points. We've left ourselves short because of that draw at Southampton, so we need to win it. But after weekend, your guess is as good as mine. What he's going to play and how he's going to do it. We'll see. He'll probably change the whole team again. Probably De Bruyne. He might even put De Bruyne on the bench, knowing him, just to cause a bit of shit. But
oh yeah, because he played 2 days ago. Literally 2 days ago, and Kevin De Bruyne, did he play the full game?
Yeah. So he doesn't surprise me, but we'll see. Like you say, it's you just want the fucking season over, man. Get the season over with, and let's go again. But it's like I'm not even the World Club Cup in America. The money's there. I saved it. I've not even booked it.
That's crazy.
That's mad.
After the season that you've had, you're going to be asked to be dragged off to the World Club Cup.
Yeah.
These same players, because he's not going to go to the World Club Cup and expect to get paid billions and pay kids. They're going to want to see the stars, right? I'm sure there's going to be something in a contract where they have to bring a certain amount of first teams. And Pep's going to
I've done 46 or 47 games this season, home and away, Europe, every game. I'm fucking tired. The season before that, 60 odd. The season before that, 68. The season before that. So I've been doing this for 30 years. But it comes to the point where now I'm thinking, I'm fucking tired a little bit here. I might just need I might need to go and float about on that yacht in Dubai and sunbathe and watch it on the telly. You know what I mean? Be an armchair fan for the summer. You know what I'm saying? I think I've done enough money in this season. So we'll see. I might snap and think, no, fuck it, I'm going. Like I nearly tried to get a flight to Southampton last week when I said to give me a ticket away because I said I wasn't going. Then in the morning, I was looking at flights. I was going to fly down there, but it's mad, man. I might go, I might not, but it's weird.
You're like one of the players, Steve. You need a break. It's too many games. Fixture congestion. It's every season.
Any fan, right, that goes home and away every single game has to get in the car at 6 a.m. in the morning, fill it up, drive down to an away game, stay in a hotel, get a train, get a plane, do a trip. Do you think you don't get tired? As well as juggling with your missus, your kids, the mortgage, you know, day-to-day life, stress, business, up, down, failures. You get tired. You know, it's not the players get tired because they play. You know, sat on airport floors and stuff like that. Anyone that does it knows how it feels. Sometimes you get tired. When I said on this show a few years ago, sometimes you need to smell the grass and go and watch a bit of non-league. It's because you get too wrapped in it. And don't forget, we're doing content as well. So I'm going to the match every week. You're talking about it at the game. You're talking about it after the game. You're talking about it before the game. Then you go in work and everyone wants to talk about it again. Then you go home and then you do this show and you talk about it again. It just becomes like, that's what it is. Even when you're winning, it becomes like that, you know? But I don't know. I just don't know if I fancy it, the World Club Cup. I don't know yet. I might get it. I don't know. I just don't know. We're going to South Africa. I've got to survive that first. And then, yeah, we'll see.
I'll look after you. I'll look after you. Don't worry, son.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
You don't want to be with him in his police outfit, mate.
I got you, son.
He ain't looking after you, brother.
I'm his fucking protection, mate. I'm going to be wearing the police version.
And
of
who's
something.
your protection?
Who's your protection?
Who's your SAEED?
Only God.
You know what? We need to see everybody's shooting skills before we start deciding who's protecting.
Can you calm down, please?
Man said,
We're gonna
shooting skills, you know.
We're gonna test all that out. We're gonna test all that out. Matisse, how are you looking at it though? SAEED is on his way, people, by the way, as well. But yeah, how are you looking at
any
it?
time limit? Is there anything going in here?
Nah, man, because he didn't.
No.
We're
No, he made
literally
no
molding
commitments?
this around him.
Okay.
I mean, you're quite cheeky. I mean, you should be happy the way the weekend went. I mean, I haven't showed the prediction table yet, but we will get there shortly. We're gonna make predictions for this upcoming Bournemouth game. Huh?
Me?
What do you mean you?
I'm a bottom.
You lost points because you turned up late.
Yeah, you went shop.
But
Can't go shop, mate, when we've agreed the stream. 10 o'clock.
the conversation is there.
No, you've got the conversation. You said, yes, you do it.
Bro went to go get some chicken wings talking about SAEED. Who's been
now he's about to be a chicken wing.
He's been on a
bro. He's
about been on a donkey, man, been in a car, plane, train.
This guy's special, man. This guy's special. Stream starts in 5 minutes. Okay, cool, no problem. I'm gonna go shop. I'll be back in 20 minutes.
Yeah, docking points, man.
We'll put the table up shortly. But go on, Matisse.
Uncle.
My thoughts on City.
Yeah.
To be honest, I have enough teams around me to. I mean, the more the merrier. Obviously, I wanted Arsenal to lose against Newcastle just to drag you in as well. City, you know, bring them all in because it just ups the chances of someone dropping points, and then I can sneak my way in there on the last day. But truth be told, it doesn't really change anything for me because we got to win anyway. If we don't beat Forest, then people say we don't deserve it. You can make a case that none of these teams necessarily deserve it. Do Forest deserve it after they're probably the only allowance because of the fact that they're way overachieving? But then even they lost to Everton at home, I think it was, drop points against Leicester. These are not the results of a team that qualifies for Champions League. Same goes for us against Ipswich. Same goes for City against Southampton. So there's a case that everybody that makes it will feel like, should we really be here? It's kind of mad. For me, we just need to beat Forest, man. It doesn't matter what City do against Bournemouth. If we don't beat Forest, long day, a very long day.
Yeah. You just about got the job done against United.
Is that right?
Why is he smiling like this?
Monday.
What's this? What did you get a ticket for the final? Are you going Bilbao or something? What are you smiling for?
No, unfortunately not. I'm stuck here. But I will say this: I will be keeping a close eye on your game on Sunday. I'll be watching from the mean streets of Paris. I'll be keeping an eye on your game on Sunday. Yeah?
I'll be keeping an eye on your game on Wednesday.
No, you'll be doing a watch long for the game on Wednesday. Yeah?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Yes, I will.
And if we win, just
Nah, you know, even though I'm with you on this one, Matisse, the amount of hate alongs you've done, I think you are actually the first person to really start that bullshit. So
No.
Sunday would be glorious.
Yo,
if the split
Sunday.
screen result in just the tears, blue tears in that fucking top right.
fam.
I love it.
All I'm praying. Do you know what? Do you know what? The dagger as well? I'm praying for a Callum Hudson-Odoi dagger. Can you imagine? Can you imagine them bossing Nottingham Forest for 85 minutes of the game, and Hudson-Odoi just scores an absolute screamer, and they win the game 1-0? Oh
I think we deserve it. I think we deserve it.
All right.
You lot are foul, you know. You know how heartbroken I would be if that happened. That's
deserve
actually the worst case scenario. Because now, I'd implode.
If that happens, Tobs, you need to get a Forest top with Speed Demon on the back. For Monday,
1v1 Demon.
For Monday, put it on the business. Put it on the business. Get that ready for
1v1.
Monday. 1v1 Demon.
1v1.
That will physically make me ill.
1v1.
Yeah.
If we, you know what, I'll do.
Jurgen Klopp going to Roma.
What?
Is
Who
it?
said that?
That's what's going on in the chat. But
That's ballooning now. I've just seen it on Twitter. It's going crazy.
What? Roma?
yeah, I haven't seen it yet personally.
Who said it?
Just everyone in the chat, but
Yeah, but where? What's the?
It's Roma account apparently. Roma Press. They've announced agreement with Jurgen Klopp. It does feel like a Jurgen Klopp kind of club.
I was just gonna say,
you know, like he's not going to your Madrids or he's going to your Romas and you know what I mean?
It's Claudio Ranieri to Jurgen Klopp is so smooth transition. Like both, like emotional, passionate type managers, coaches, and it's an emotional, passionate club. It's proper one of those Phoenix from the Flames type club, man.
Grizz, can you imagine if he brought the title to Roma?
No, can't imagine.
Oh, jeez.
It would be out of this world.
They ain't won the title since.
I like that move a lot, you know, because I feel like Serie A is really open as well, right?
They ain't won the title in the last. They ain't won it since Batistuta and Totti.
No, yeah.
But Serie A is like really open right now. It's anyone's game every year. It feels like it's just a rat race for Napoli were like 10th last year. Now they're gonna I mean, even over the weekend, I don't know if you guys saw, but Napoli and Inter, they both drew.
Yeah.
It was mad.
Did you see the Inter miss in the 95th minute?
I did.
Yeah.
Serie A, that last 15, that Serie weekend was unbelievable. That Arnautovic miss.
Yeah.
Was mad.
And then the goal. And then the penalty reverse decision going on at the same time. Yep. That was the maddest footballing cinema I can remember.
Bro, their league is just as competitive as Prem. That's no Prem bias. Milan are 9th. Como managed by Fabregas. They're moving up. They're 10th. I think that's their first season up. They could be on to bigger, better things. Who knows? That's a proper league right now. That's a proper league. Very exciting. So
yes.
Yeah.
All over the place. Cool. Is there anything on the top 5 race, or is it straight Europa League stuff? I believe it's straight Europa League. We've got predictions to make, but we've got SAEED in the building as well. So before we make predictions, might as well get SAEED in.
Yo,
you feeling, SAEED? Yeah.
Sound. Big up, man. What you saying?
Well, you got there, yeah? You're in Bilbao.
Tired, yeah?
Yeah, we're here, man. We're here. We made it. You get me?
Through the valleys of Tunisia and the Arctic.
Yeah.
Transylvania, through Romania, through just to get to Spain.
That's it, bro. We're here. So yeah, but hopefully we're working, man. But big up to you, man. Big up the chat.
Yeah,
big up, man.
You're just in time because I was about to bring out the prediction table and do the predictions for Bournemouth or Man City versus Bournemouth at the Etihad. So let me bring up the table as it stands after game week 37.
Yeah, 3-point lead. Oh, that's good. That's okay.
Yeah, but Liverpool let me down, man. I can't lie. It was
Bro, I
2-1.
had 2-2 as well. I had 2-2.
Oh, man.
I would have been clear. Title would have been over.
Mm.
No last weekend
So
drama.
no points, and you lot didn't even pull away like that. Fair enough.
Oh, okay. So Steve's in with a shout as well, you know. 3 points. off
Yeah,
the top.
listen. If you could do a last weekend madness.
Yeah.
Aguero
yeah.
moment, innit? Aguero moment.
Boy.
Aguero moment. All 4 p.m.
Yeah,
kickoffs as
stop
well,
it,
so
man.
we will know what we need to know.
Matisse, you've got like literally 1 minute away from life. Because I would have got the 2-2. Bang.
I know.
Season
know.
would have been over.
I agree. Just play it safe now. You got a free.
I don't know the tactics.
Yeah.
You haven't taught me nothing. Like I need to know these. Anyway.
Play it safe, man. Don't do some madness.
SAEED, you sent me your prediction, but you're here now. So Man City, Bournemouth.
3-1 Man City.
3-1. That was going to be me, but I'm going to say 2-1 Man City. Tobs. Actually, no, Steve. Sorry, third now.
2-0 City.
2-0. Tobs.
2-1 Man City.
2-1. Grizz.
2-1 Man City.
And Matisse.
Do I want to fuck up everything? I will go.
What was you gonna say?
I like 2-1 a lot.
Do you want to take it to game week 38 or not? That's the question.
2-1 City. Let's take it right to the
Whoa.
You're not gonna come in here on Thursday. I'm safe, yay! No, fuck that. Fuck all of that.
You want to take it to the last week? Yeah, I like your style, brother.
yeah.
I like your style.
Tactics, yeah. Say no more. The chat saying go 2-2, go 1-1. He's gone 2-1. So 4 of us gone 2-1. Saeed's gone 3-1. Steve's gone 2-0. So the top 3 have all gone different scores. But yeah, we'll be here Thursday, people, 9 p.m. as will everyone.
I actually wanted to go for a draw, but because of tactics, I'm saying 2-1. Otherwise, I think it's a draw.
It could be. It could be. I'm just gonna give the edge to City.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Apart from that, I mean, Klopp is going. We've got this one super chat from Echo Falls. Klopp is going to lose his head when he arrives at Roma to see De Bruyne joining Napoli to dominate his team again.
De Bruyne's
Okay,
going
Napoli live yet, Steve? Is that happening? Probably.
Yeah, there is talk of it. I think I won't rule anything out with Kev. Just never know, dear.
What's this? What have I missed? Klopp go to Roma.
Yeah, there's rumors of Klopp to Roma.
Right. That's crazy.
There is.
I thought he was taking a break, man. I thought he did a break. He was exhausted.
Is that a break, isn't it?
Okay.
Grizz, one for you. KK says Frimpong, Kirkez, Vert soon, and the transfer window hasn't even opened yet. Grizz, what's Hughes cooking? I'm starting to recognize my club again.
Yeah, madness. We've bought probably 2 of the quickest in demand, young, speedy, energetic fullbacks in Europe. Many would say in Frimpong and Kirkez, much needed. I've been crying out for pace and energy and legs. And obviously, if Wirtz doesn't go to Bayern, I can tell you for a fact he's coming to Liverpool. But obviously, Bayern are the favourites. And Bayern think they've got a deal with them. Agreed. Many thought City's the club that he's going to come to the Premier League for, but it's not. It's going to be Liverpool. If he leaves Bayern, doesn't go Bayern. So that'll be fantastic. I'm not going to lie. We're moving fast. We're being active. It's not like Liverpool, but it's needed. It's needed to continue the rebuild, to continue life after Klopp. We need to keep it moving. And that's what I like about Slot. He's won the league. And he's not resting on his laurels. He's like, okay, you guys are all cool. Elliot could be off. Nunes is off. There's talk of Jota or Diaz, one of them off. Kwanzaa could be sold. Joe Gomez could be sold. Tsimikas is off. So he's not holding back. And I love that. I love this about him, that he's not like, oh, we won the league, sentimental, give them another season. Now he's saying thank you, but now it's time to bring in some new energy and pace and legs.
Is that shots out here? Yeah? Nothing.
Shots.
What do you say?
I said, is that shots I'm hearing?
He took shots at half his squad toes.
No,
Elliot Jones.
No, I was talking more manager.
I'm saying how Klopp, how Slot sees it or is perceived to be seeing it. It's not shots. I'm just telling you my opinion on how he's seen it.
Just ask a question.
No problem. You can carry on asking you a stupid question.
Oh mate, you might
I'll
keep
ask them back. You know I'll ask them back.
Yeah, you will.
And you're gonna get
Yeah,
angry.
you will.
Box of Oranges said like the vid to unlock Tobes. He's unlocked, so we must have passed 1,000 likes. Let's get to 2,000 likes. Henry says, Tobes, do you actually watch the Classica? I've watched as much La Liga this year as Premier League, all because of your Mal, true Ballon d'Or winner.
Your Mal's different. Let's move on.
Bro.
Short answer: no, he doesn't.
I have watched the Classica. Oh.
Brother, you didn't even watch Brentford versus Fulham that you tried to call a minute ago, brother.
Yeah, because I was out. I was out. What do you mean? The fuck? Why the fuck am I watching Brentford?
Fulham looking real uncompetitive.
On a Sunday.
3-2 win, boom.
On a Sunday, you want me to be sat at home watching Fulham v Brentford?
What would you do? What could you possibly be doing better than
Out,
watching Brentford
having
v
Sunday
Fulham on a
roast,
Sunday?
enjoying the sun, drinking cocktails, bro.
Fake fan.
Life.
What possibly could you be doing more better than the Europa League final?
Unfortunately, nothing because I'm going to be watching it here.
John says, when is VAR show coming? Real soon. Uncle Grizz, what happens to your quadruple Mateta bet on the 28th of May 2024? Anyone want to visit the review show when United won the FA Cup? What happened to your
We told you to send in the footage and the charity of your choice.
Big up AMB. First super chat. He says, big up the Big Six. Just wanted to send blessings and gratitude to all this channel and all of your own channels. Consistent, top quality. Love for the love, AMB. Appreciate it, my brother. Match says, for the back your chat, don't let the news scare you. Every country has good and bad areas. You just have to know where to avoid. And the community got your back. 100%. It's all jokes anyway. It's all tongue in cheek. I mean, we're from either London or Manchester here or Luton. I mean, if people have walked through some of these areas at the wrong times, you could say the same about these areas too. So it's not all about what's in the news. The rest, I believe, are United and Spurs related. Yes, and a couple Arsenal/AFTV. I'll save them for the end as well. All right, cool. Main course, Europa League final, Wednesday. SAEED, Bilbao, Tobes, Dallas. I mean, it's all mad.
Man.
Guys, you guys won't remember because you're all young bloods, yeah. But there used to be a program called Dallas and Dynasty.
I remember
I've
it.
watched it.
Yeah.
Me and Steve will know. Turkish
I've
will
watched
know
it
as
as
well.
well.
No, you didn't watch it, man.
I did. I watched it. I might
How
have
did you
watched
watch
it.
though?
No, I might have watched the modern. You know, there was a newer version.
Okay, new version.
I don't know.
Well, me and Steve will remember the old version.
No, I remember
right?
Dallas. Yeah, I remember that.
Turkish will remember as well. That was the scene from Dallas and Dynasty. You know that big skyline, highline in the background. What are you fucking doing there? 2 days before the Europa League final, the biggest cup final. And I'm not
Are we actually
gonna
gonna preview this game, or are you not gonna ask?
Yeah,
this
we
question
know now. We know
for the
Tobes.
1000th time,
Allow
bro.
it now.
Honestly.
We've read the joke now. We've read it. But listen, man, Tobes, what you saying, bro?
Brother, I'm just fascinated as to why it took me quicker to get to Dallas than it did for you to get from Manchester to.
Listen.
We know why, innit? We know why.
That's crazy, you know. Actually took me.
It's
the truth.
I didn't book this, by the way. I found out I got a ticket last minute, and I didn't book this. So this whole trip was not booked by me. I just left it in someone's hands. I said, "Yo, you do it. I'll send you the money. Whatever, cool." So I'm not a cheapskate. You know what I mean? Contrary to what Steve's been saying, I pay my money. I pay my taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, man's out there, guys. You know what I'm saying?
HMRC is not watching, Saeed. You don't have to worry about that.
I pay my taxes.
You know what I mean? So,
But
it's a noble man. You feel me?
What I'm saying though, Saeed, is like you've been so confident that you're gonna beat us. You say now it's only Tottenham, it's this, is that. Like all this confidence, but yet you had to book the trip the very last minute. Like, it tells me that you didn't really have that much confidence in your team. And now that you're here, you're looking at the team that you're playing and you're like, oh, it's just Spurs. Yeah. And brother, listen, I want you to be confident, but bro, you might be on the end of a bad day here. You really might be on the end of a bad day here.
But I've got heritage you haven't.
Yeah,
I've got a history of winning finals. You haven't.
you're playing in those finals, yeah.
Trophies, you've barely.
You're playing in those finals, yeah.
You know, and I think for me, I have to believe in my team. I have to believe in what I've seen.
Miracles.
You know, in cup finals, and I just know that on that day, we've got a group of players that can turn up, and you've got players that you're missing. Madison's missing. Kulusevski's missing. I'm sorry. I am going to be slightly confident with them two out of the team. You know, you cook Brennan Johnson week in, week out. You know, yes, he's got the GA. But without them two players, I am confident going into it. And listen, we are where we are. It is the El Modico, whatever you want to call it. It's probably the worst derby ever. But we don't care, Tobes, because one of us are going to be playing Champions League football next season.
Mm-hmm.
One of us isn't. One of us is going to be spectating on here every single week, talking about Champions League, while everyone else is going to be talking about. You know how sickening that is? That's why I'm coming into the mentality of we will not lose. Do you hear me, people? We will not lose.
I'm so glad it's you that's reinforcing
into
this.
Existence. I'm telling everyone, the guy that's in the back of the room, the guy that's in the front of the room, the guy that's in Timbuktu, the guy that's round the corner here, probably watching, I don't know. Could be, you never know. But like, I swear down, bro, I'm not losing to Tottenham, people. I'm not. I am not having Tobes expressions. You know, Fulan, speak about how they beat United. You know how embarrassing that is, yeah? First of all, to lose a final, you're going to be distraught. But to know that I've lost it, no disrespect to Toby. But while we've been on the Big Six, I think, if I'm correct, has everyone won a trophy? Maybe, and maybe not Arsenal. I don't know, we might have just passed that. But everyone here has tasted success.
We won FA Cup.
So just to add to your point,
we passed it.
You're cooking.
The Big Six wasn't cooking like that.
Just to add to your point, Saeed, you
wasn't.
could potentially finish 17th with a loss to Villa and be trophyless. So just to make your point bigger, talk about embarrassment. That's real embarrassment.
Yeah. Right? You're not going to get any help, so shush. Basically. I know you're trying to do that. But anyway, man tried to swerve that, you know. Let me concentrate. You know, like I said, I'm here a couple of days early. I'm here to gauge the atmosphere. I'm here to find out, you know, if there's a few dark cards I can, you know. I need to get the upper hand. I'm hearing there's going to be more Tottenham fans than United fans in Bilbao. That's what I'm hearing. So you're going to bring the atmosphere.
Toby won't be there, so you send him some videos and let him.
Yeah, I'll send him. Yeah, there you go.
I've literally asked I've got about 5 different Spurs group chats, and the ones who are going with Bilbao have said, just send me all the videos on the day. Just send me all the videos on the day.
There's a fun part around 30 minutes away. So listen, man, I'm coming in. I'm confident. I said what I said in the car park. You know what I mean? Expressions is coming in tomorrow. He'll be confident. A lot of people will be confident, but bro, this is dog eat dog. This is do or die. And unfortunately, you might call it's where Man United shouldn't be. But right now, this is money. This is for the next couple of years, like crucial, because Jim Ratcliffe, you've seen it, man. The guy's penny pinching. You can't even pay for the families to go out to Bilbao. You know what I mean? Man's not paying for the expenses, bro. So he needs the money. And this Champions League money will go a long way to that. I'm not even thinking about the final in itself. I'm thinking about what now next. How now can you go from there? Champions League football, build revenue, do what you need to do. Now go and climb up the ladder and start doing what you need to do.
Brother, you need to win it first. Like you need to win it first, bro. Like I know you're saying I get that you're confident, but you're kind of looking.
You haven't really said anything about your team.
I am confident. I am confident, but the way
maybe the players you're confident.
The guy who scored about a gazillion goals against you in the last 2 years. The fact that Romero and Van de Ven are starting, that gives me confidence. That gives me confidence, bro. You can smile.
Toby, you're not selling it to me here.
You're not selling it.
You need to look back. If I'm a Tottenham fan, I need to listen to your words of inspiration. And then the minute you just like a little.
When
6,000 people watching.
When Saeed
500 Tottenham fans.
When Saeed spoke, you lot didn't interrupt him. when it's me speaking. Oh,
Yeah,
I
because
can't
because
feel it from
you're easy to interrupt right now
but-
because you're not. There's no bass in your voice.
What do you mean? There's no bass in my
You're
voice?
in Dallas right now, speaking to
Brother,
Tottenham
brother.
fans. You could play a part in the atmosphere.
You are
mate.
playing
Talk.
against Betis. Just chill. Yeah, you're gonna get yours. Yeah, chill. Let me speak to this brother. Yeah, let me speak to this guy because, as I said, you're talking about next season. Oh, we need to plan for this, brother. You've not even won the challenge that's in front of you. You keep saying it's so easy to beat Tottenham, so easy to beat Tottenham. Why haven't you done it in the last 2-3 years? Why haven't you done it? Why haven't you done it? You've played us 3 times this season. You've not won a single game. You've lost every. No, but you've not won. You've played us 3 times this season. You've not won. I'm telling you, you've played us 5 times. 5 times in the last 2 years. You've not won. You've not won. You've lost 4. You've drawn 1, and the 1 draw was against literally our C team at your ground. At your ground, and you're telling me who should I be scared of? How about you look in the mirror at the striker who's not even... Solanke's had a poor season and he's literally put belt to us every single time he's played Man United. Every single time.
How many goals has he got this season, by the way?
Solanke? He scored 3 goals in 2 games against Man United this season. And then last season, tell me what he did. Wait. Tell me what he did to your centre backs for Bournemouth last season.
I hear it. That's when he had Madison and them, man.
No. I'm not talking about Madison. I'm talking about for Bournemouth. For
So
Bournemouth, you came out of the game. You came out of the game with spit. You came out of the game. You came out of the game. You came out of that game with spit. You came out of that game with spit foaming at your mouth, bro. So one second. Exactly. You're right. Madison not playing, it's a problem. Kulusevski's not playing, it's a problem. But hear me and hear me loudly, right? We played you twice out of 3 times this season with a heavily rotated team. Heavily rotated. Kulusevski didn't play against you the last time we beat you. Van de Ven didn't play against you the last time we beat you. Romero didn't play against you the last time we beat you. Destiny didn't play against you the last time we beat you. Like, we literally had half our team missing and we still beat you. The same in the 4-3. So what I'm telling you is this.
I agree. Listen, enjoy them days, man.
No, it's not about enjoying the days. We're talking about a game to look forward to.
Days, bro. They're irrelevant.
The loudest,
bro.
The loudest,
You're 17th, yo.
Saeed.
And this wins didn't mean shit.
Saeed.
This is where it matters the most, bro. The finale. The finale.
You saying you're 17th and the wins didn't mean shit. Didn't mean
yeah. So you're gassing up right now, yeah. Don't mean shit, bro. Yeah.
I'm not gassing up anything. I'm telling you the truth.
Don't know.
I'm not gassing up. Where's the gas? The only gas is you. The only gas man here is you. You're talking about You're already talking about Champions League and plotting moves in the summer. That's hella disrespectful. And you know what? You know what it is? The loudest in the room is always the weakest, bro. You've been doing so, bro. I'm telling you. I've been logging out everything you've been saying.
Hold on a minute. I've been loud so many times in the Big Six, and we
no, brother.
You know
you've been doing brother. You've been doing a lot of talking. You've been on a press run. You've been doing a lot of talking.
Yeah.
You've been doing a lot of talking, bro.
And you know what? Yeah. I've been talking, and my team have turned up in finals. So I've got the back. I can back my chat. Can you back your chat in finals?
Yes, we will see.
No. I said a specific question.
I just said yes. YES.
Yes. Based on what evidence?
Based on the fact that when we put it together and are close to our full complements available, I believe we're a better side than Man United. Before you came, you can do your hand all you want. You can do your hand all you want. You can laugh at Romero. You can laugh at Van de Ven. You can laugh at all these players. In the end of the day, on Wednesday, one of us is going to be laughing. One of us is going to be crying.
Crying?
Right? Yeah, one of us is going to be laughing.
Yeah.
One of us is going to be crying. And I'm telling you this for free. Yeah, I'm telling you this for free, right? And I said this to Turkish before when the show started. This isn't like we're playing Man City, prime Man City. We're not playing prime Man City. We're not playing 18-19 Liverpool. We're not playing 14-15 Chelsea. We're playing 24-25 Manchester United. And yes, I know you have the pedigree.
But Man City said the same thing last season.
I know you have the pedigree. With all due respect, if we play the way we can play, you're not beating Tottenham. You're not beating Tottenham on Wednesday. And no Madison and Kulusevski, you can talk about the creating. Romero, Mickey van der Ven.
Why do you keep going back to this Romero, by the way?
I keep going back to it because the last time we had a fully fit defense playing against you, we kept a clean sheet at your ground, brother.
This guy keeps
we kept a clean sheet at your ground.
You're not just saying you're done with Romero.
Why do you keep saying Romero, Mickey van der Ven?
Brother, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Yeah, I think it's one of the most overhyped duo that Tottenham fans talk about. Romero is gash. Van der Ven, yeah, cool. He's got a bit of pace, whatever. Brother, they're rubbish, bro. They're done out here, man.
They
ain't
man.
that good. They ain't.
Love it.
So stop this hype about Romero. Brother, he ain't good, bro.
Love it, man. Love it.
Romero, man.
Love it. I love it, bro. I don't know what's happened there. I don't know what the fuck happened there. I love it, bro.
Yeah, man.
Please
so
sit on that.
Like I said, yeah, my team, we played against some good teams in finals and we beat them. I'm not sure you can do that. I've got history where my team have been rubbish. We came against Man City. On that day, the players turned up. Happened against Newcastle, turned up. Finals, we've turned up. Your team has not shown that in finals. They can turn up because you know why? Your team is called bottle jobs. It's the history of them. Yeah, Toby, it's a reality, mate. Friend to friend, bro. Your team is named after bottle jobs, bro. They don't turn up in finals when it matters the most. You lot shit your pants. Chiellini told you, bro. The history of the Tottenham.
I want you to reserve all this.
Understand this, bro?
You know.
Television.
I can feel the spit is on the brink of your mouth right now. I want you to bottle up all the spit because on Wednesday that camera is going to be flooded, bro. The amount of that camera is going to be flooded. Yeah,
bro, listen to me.
Come full time, you will be on the losing side. You're going to be on the losing side. I have no fear. This is, as I told you, I have no fear. You're going to be on the losing side on Wednesday. Yeah?
You know what?
You're going to be on the losing side.
We've got a fucking intro Thursday. I'm telling you, we've got an intro.
Look at the trend. Look at the trend. We're going to be finding
out that Dallas police are on the hunt for Toby. You know what I mean? Because he's wrecked the room. You know what I mean, bro? He's done something bad. He's what's it called? You know, it's vandalism, whatever you want to call it. Like, bro, you're gonna be in trouble by Dallas police, bro. So anyone that's in Dallas, yeah, stay away from this brother.
I'm gonna be with Dallas Spurs. Yeah, I'm gonna be with Dallas Spurs. I'm gonna be with Dallas Spurs. So let's see.
Yeah.
Wednesday, we will be there. We will be there. Yeah, we will be there. And what's mad is, you know what's funny? I'm confident we're going to beat you on Wednesday. And then I'm confident I'm probably even going to make it back to London quicker than you will from Bilbao. How about that?
I'll be in Manchester 12,
how about that?
12.5.
Okay.
When will you be there?
No problem. Enjoy.
Yeah, sure.
You're in Bilbao, innit? So soak it up. Keep talking shit about Tottenham.
Yeah.
Continue. Do what you need to do. Because on Wednesday, brother, that's why I love that you're in Bilbao, because there's no hiding place for you. There's no hiding place for you. You can't just turn off your camera and hide under the duvet. There's no hiding place for you on Wednesday. And I got my goons coming down to Bilbao. They're on you, brother. They're on you. No problem. Speak soon. Keep talking shit about Tottenham, yeah? Keep talking shit about Spurs.
I can speak all night. I've got time.
Okay.
I mean, we can make a whole list of how Tottenham are.
Make a whole list. And it's so funny. You said, oh, Romero is so overrated, so overhyped. I've seen you cuss the living daylights out of Rasmus Højlund from start to finish this season. And that is who's going to lead the line for Man United. And you want me to be scared? Okay.
Who's going to start?
Who the fuck is going to start then? Who's going to start? Who's going to start?
Who's going to start?
It's going to be Højlund.
My secrets. Yeah. won't tell you.
Alejandro Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund. These are the guys that you put on the poster. You're telling everyone that I'm overrating Romero and Mickey van der Ven. Alejandro Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund on the poster, bro. You gave them you gave them Times Square primetime billboard treatment. That's what you gave them. You gave these two scrubs primetime advertising.
I never rated Højlund. Yeah, Garnacho, I didn't look one too strong.
You gassed up Højlund when he came.
No. I never wanted him. I never wanted him. So how did I gas him up? I never wanted him.
Mandem, did he or did he not gas up Rasmus Højlund?
I can't
Bro,
remember.
I didn't want Højlund at the club.
You did gas him up because you said something about the new fucking Viking on the block or something. Because I give you bare shit over it.
Steve, you're my witness. Joshua Xerxes. What was he saying? Look at the nonsense you're saying about
Joshua Xerxes. I'll have that one.
I can't imagine a player coming through the door.
He's not one player that's signed for Man United that he has not gassed up. Not
really. There's a couple that haven't gassed up, but
I don't believe it. Do you know what? I said it in the chat. This is left butt cheek versus right butt cheek. That's what it is. And you two, after watching your two teams be absolute disgraces all season, both your managers are borderline sacked. And you're having to fake pump that you believe in.
It's pump, brilliant. Can you stop saying fake
bums in your?
Can you stop saying it's pump fake? The actual term
fake
is
pump fake.
Stop
two
it.
bums.
Calling it fake pump.
Two
Please.
bum cheeks.
Jesus Christ, man.
Two bum cheeks battling right now. I'm telling you. And you're gonna get shit on both of you.
How can you say fake pump?
You keep saying fake pump. It's pump fake. What's wrong with this guy?
It's the scenario we're in right now. Like I said, I think
he won the basketball thing as well. For fuck's sake.
I think everybody, like I said, if you were here, then it is what it is. Like, you know, we're where we are, and we have to kind of hype this up a little bit, man, because this is all or nothing. Literally is. I know Arsenal did that whole documentary all or nothing, but this is all or nothing.
So when you I know where you two land in terms of the result. We've heard it, but Matisse, Steve, Grizz, who do you think wins this final?
I just can't see Spurs. I just can't see Spurs winning a final. Like, I fucking want them to so badly.
No, fuck that.
No. I want them to because they need to be not even like remotely happy. Like, they need to be dead. And Spurs can do us all a massive, huge favor. But
stop
really,
saying all. Who is this all that you're talking about?
Not me. He ain't talking about me.
Can't be talking about me.
Okay, majority of the football environment is like used to like little minorities nations, man. Get out of here. Right? but I can't see it. Can you guys see it?
Yes, I can see it.
You can't see shit.
Would you honestly, if Tottenham won that, would you be asked?
I mean, it's a joke, isn't it? Really, but it's still in my opinion, it's still a valuable competition.
It is, man.
I don't think it is anymore. I don't think it is.
No, I get you. I understand it. It's lost the UEFA Cup days. It's gone from them days. But I think, especially Tottenham, like I'm not going to be, like I said, my joy comes from Arsenal winning than other teams not winning, right? But I'd rather Man United win this, Steve, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
And the only reason is I don't want to spud you, I'll be real.
Come on, man.
No, it's not like that. I want you not to win, but we're not friends, bro.
That's what I say as well.
You got our two cheeks, same bum. It's like a misfit final. Like, it's like, really, it's just whatever, man. You lot do your thing. We fucked up.
Obviously, from your angle, yeah, I get it. Absolutely get it from used to's angle. And Steve obviously begging Spurs to win it. And I'm not begging Spurs to win it.
Grizz against Chelsea and lost. So is that when you lost did you lose a final at Villarreal? Didn't United play someone in the final?
Yeah, they lost to the Yellow Submarines.
Was that the season before? Was that the season before?
No, it was the same season. It was the day before. We watched it in Porto, I think. And SAEED had the audacity to just dismiss the fact that he'd lost this big European final that they're claiming to be and jump on my neck and giving me shit in Porto and as if that never happened. So all of a sudden now, you know, is this? I'm just taking that kind of energy. I'm not even asked. I'm not even bothered. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to watch it. I don't care about it. I want Toby to win it because it's Toby and he's not done out.
Do you know that I get what you're saying, Steve. And if Arsenal were winning things, even if we hadn't won this year, but we've got like 5 years, or I wouldn't care either. Because
that's what I'm saying. But they got to understand that they like trying to ram it down your throat like anyone cares. It's like if Man United had won 4 league titles and I turned up in the Europa League as the Man City and tried to say you're gutted because we're in the Europa League, they'd laugh me out of town. But when it's on the other foot, apparently it's like we've had a great season and it's all weird shit, man. I don't want anything to do with it.
Give it 2 weeks, because last year the same thing happened. I remember watching SAEED's videos with Rants and everyone after the FA Cup final. It was like, we've had a better season than Arsenal. We've done, and then 2 weeks later, I remember SAEED opened the stream and said, I thought we had a better season than Arsenal, but we're fucked. So the realization comes in. But I don't want that 2 weeks. I don't even want that happiness for 2 weeks, really.
If they lose,
at least SAEED being happy is entertaining. This guy down here being happy is disgusting.
The funny thing is, to add on though, if Tottenham do win it, they go into a Super Cup final versus a Champions League winner, and then suddenly they could rack up a couple trophies. So it's weird. It's weird because, like I said, I don't support United in this final, but I would rather them win it, because if United pick up a Europa League, a Super Cup, it doesn't like move the goalposts. Whereas for Toby, look at him. He's
Matisse,
surviving on this show.
Can I pause you for a second?
He can rack up two trophies. And by the way, 2 trophies that Arsenal have not won. So I'm just when I was looking through the history of the UEFA Cup and the Europa League, I didn't see Arsenal's badge on that. When I look through the Super Cup, I don't see Arsenal's badge. So you can all these Arsenal fans can pretend, oh, it doesn't mean anything. You lot don't have any European heritage. So I don't know why you're sitting here trying to relate to others who have got Champions Leagues round their neck. It them medals and chains don't belong to you. So it may not matter to Steve or to me, but Turkish?
How has this guy gone off on Arsenal? Of course it matters to you. Like, how's he just flipping about Arsenal, bro?
They got a parade in North London. North London forever.
Don't talk about where our badge is.
It's going to be a parade.
If you're talking about where our badge is in Europe, and not, fair enough, where's your badge domestically, bro? Next to Sunderland in terms of league titles. So don't come to me about where your badges are. Next to Sunderland.
It's a Europe convo.
Sunderland in league titles.
It's a Europe convo.
Is England in Europe?
Brexit.
European Union, brother. Yeah, right. Yeah. Do you want me to teach you the difference? Well, where are we now? In Asia? Because we left.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Motherfucker! I'm trying to bill it, and this guy just started going off on me.
And you know what, Matisse, you make a good point though, because it's like I've never been on that whole shameless rhetoric of team who have been diabolically shit in their Premier League campaign, but somehow managed to snag a trophy. Oh, this is a better season than the team who have been very good for most of the season. I've never been on that rhetoric, but do you know who was on that rhetoric when the roles were reversed and they were finishing 7th, but they were picking up an FA Cup? And guess what they'd say about Pochettino's Tottenham? The season amounts to nothing. It means nothing.
We've won
a trophy.
You're right.
We've won a trophy. So you know what's going to be what one value add here if we do win this thing? Seeing other Spurs fans shamelessly just rub this trophy in their face, rub it in their muggy little faces, and say we've had a better season than you. And you know what? Whilst I don't agree with it, I'll cheer it on. I'll retweet. I'll even quote tweet. I'm gonna do everything in my power to get under their skin, right? Because nobody deserves ridicule more than them. Nobody, right? Because they don't like it when the roles are reversed.
I agree with that.
They don't like it when the roles are reversed. And you're seeing every single thing they cuss Tottenham for. They're literally living through it right now. They're living through it.
Are they spicy Tottenham then? Is that what you're saying?
I might start flexing the Charity Shield, because the other year when Arsenal won the Charity Shield and they were banging it on the coach window going past me outside, and all the Arsenal fans were blocking the road and screaming and shouting like they won the Champions League, and then they kept saying, well, we've won a trophy. Well, at least we've won a trophy. I just remembered we won the Charity Shield, so technically we won a trophy, so I'm happy with this season. We've won a trophy.
Your manager said it. That's where fucking Arteta's got it from.
Mate, was you there outside the Wembley when the coach went past and Arteta had the Charity Shield at the window?
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck? It was like pressed up against the glass, like, we've done it. And they were all running in the road. I mean, Turkish weren't running in the road. They were all running in the road and that trying to block it. Like it was like and then when I started ripping them, they were going, you can't take the piss. We've won a trophy and that. And I thought, okay, fair enough. But if I come on here and started doing that, running down the road trying to stop the coach and that because of Charity Shield. Oh,
we ain't even playing. We ain't even got a game this week. What the fuck?
You know what the Charity Shield looks like? The Charity Shield looks like them plates that you get Somali food on when you go to like Brothers. You know when you go Brothers and the plate is very big. And you...
It's true. It's actually true.
That's why I said, like I said, I got my preference, but I don't. There's food to be eaten at this table.
Regardless,
there is. I'm just
like Tobs said, they win Wednesday. You don't win Sunday, you will be food Monday.
Wow. There's so many meals being.
So remember who's food when,
because
when your main dish come next Monday, it needs to be sizzling, brother. It needs to be sizzling.
Do you know what?
I'm happy that I'm invited to every single meal. I'm invited to every single meal.
we gonna have some fun.
I'm invited to every barbecue.
I need to see Toby and Expressions celebrate a trophy in my lifetime. It's got to be done, bro.
Nah, I don't want to see that.
I need it. Bro. Imagine Expressions. Can you imagine Expressions? Can you imagine what night he's got? Oh,
man.
Yo. And can you imagine, say, like a Tottenham Inter Milan Super Cup? Or a Tottenham Paris Super Cup?
Lads, don't let Tottenham win this Europa League. I'm telling you. Don't let Tottenham win this Europa League because it's going to be long for everyone on this panel. Don't let us do it, bro.
But on a very serious note,
I'm telling you, that's super
serious note. On a serious note, yeah. If Tottenham do win it and Man United do not win it, Man United finishing 17th in the Premier League, no European football. That's Scruffy Jim. Scruffy Jim. The Ineos. No. The Ineos era. The Ineos era has started with a bang. 17, no champion, no European football. Can you imagine all the gas that SAEED was saying? We've got Jason Wilcox. We've got Omar Barada. We've got Scruffy
Steve. What about Scam Cams? Grizz.
Oh, yeah. Well, he won't be a United fan anymore, will he? He'll
move on. Turkish KG as well. KG.
KG's gone quiet since these days. You know, at least SAEED's here backing it and that, and he's going for it. But Cams, he'll have an Inter Milan shirt on next week for the final, and he'll always love Inter Milan. You know,
he'll have an Inter Milan shirt.
Scruffy Jim might offer him a box next season, and him and KG will go down there and that bit of PR. Flex is another one. He'll have his corporate seat in the stadium next week, you know, for the Bilbao game, and that he won't say anything bad about Scruffy Jim.
Bro, I'm sorry. If Man United lose this final to Tottenham,
this finale,
and then finish 17th, SAEED, I need you to know. I need you to know.
It'll be the cooking of all cookings. Like you'll have to
finish, bro. When that league table ends, it's 38 games, and Man United don't have 40 plus points.
What website you got your belly from?
17th.
But looking from the outside, as I am, this season's got some mad scenarios, man.
Bro.
Like it could be peak for some people, man. That's what I'm saying.
Bro.
It's already peak.
No one's safe, you know.
Is United? Is flexing that over there? Is everyone going over there, or is he just no one bothering?
Flex is going over there.
Cams is. I don't know if Fuad is. I know
Expressions is. I was chatting to him today.
Expressions is. SAEED's there, obviously. So yeah, I think most.
Did you say Fuad is going, Matisse?
He's not. No, he's not. A lot of them are out there, though.
Yeah. All right. Let's do some super chats. If we can keep it on subject, let me quickly look through. Nishit says, the year of the underdogs. SAEED might have cursed himself and Arsenal. I hate that I'm rooting for United to win another cup. Love for the love. Kyriakos, United and Spurs fans fighting over who wants the embarrassment of finishing in the bottom 11 of Champions League next year. L9 said if Spurs win, they'll have the most Europa Leagues in London, but we got 2 Champions Leagues, so Arsenal can hold that 0 European history out the big 3. Still F Spurs though. Don't you have 2 Europa Leagues, Matisse?
Yeah, we got
They
2.
do.
Yeah.
But he's saying if we win, we'll have 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll have 3.
We both
Yeah,
have.
no,
Yeah,
that's
we
true,
have 2 right now.
They got
Lord,
2 UEFA Cups, innit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lord.
What's this one? AD says, big up. Sometimes our fan base doesn't help themselves. No need for AFTV to tweet that just now about ceiling. Just brings hate on us. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah,
That was honestly.
There's no self-awareness about this club.
I don't even want to see.
I'm retweeting that.
I
You know?
haven't seen that, but yeah.
They actually,
That's why there's a balance.
Yeah.
That's why there's a balance between me letting you lot rip the same fans that I don't, I rip myself, or defending the club when people are. It's such a fine balance. Like that tweet should never have gone out. Like, I've got 3 super chats on this tweet. LFC Batter says you can't buy shame. AFTV tweets our floor is their ceiling because we didn't get 89. Teta never cracked 90, and we did it many times. Anything for the pound. It's not even for the pound. This is
rage baiting. Is it rage baiting? Rage
They
baiting?
call it rage bait.
It's
I'm gonna give that a retweet on the Big Six account.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
When's your shitty final, Matisse?
The Wednesday after.
Wednesday
Don't
after.
worry, man. We'll let that marinate for next week, man.
Yeah, that one's gonna be united.
Man.
We're all gonna be together for
We're not
that
even
one.
previewing
Together
it.
for that one, yeah, everyone together for that one. Sure.
We're gonna be all brothers in
Guys.
arms for that one.
Listen to this script. Yeah. So check this out. Check this out. So,
Tell me the script. Tell me the script.
so check this out. So
Come on.
Callum Hudson-Odoi wins Nottingham Forest the game, and Chelsea don't get Champions League football.
Oh shit.
And then they play in the Europa League or Europa Conference League final, and Anthony bangs a goal in the 86th minute to make
Oh,
it
shit.
2-1 to Real Betis.
Yeah,
And
that is
Chelsea,
shit.
Chelsea
Yeah.
end up trophyless, no Champions League football, and bare fog in Matisse's glasses, whilst Tottenham win the Europa League.
Or
You like that script?
You could
You like-
lose on Wednesday and
You like
finish
that
seventh.
script?
Yeah.
Would you buy that script?
You could lose on Wednesday and finish
You
7th.
didn't answer my question. Would you buy that script?
Shut up, man.
My script is Man City don't get Champions League, don't win a
Oh.
cup. Spurs beat United, so United don't get a cup. Can Arsenal finish third? No, they're guaranteed second now.
No, they're second.
What is that?
They're sorted.
What is
And
that?
obviously Anthony scores. Oh, fuck Anthony. But Betis win the Intertoto Cup. That would be the endings of endings to this season. I don't know whose echo that is.
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know.
It's definitely SAEED, 100%.
What am I echoing?
It's
It's
gone.
gone now.
It's come and gone throughout the stream, to be honest. But it might be because you haven't got a mic plugged in. Look, it's come back again. It's quite bad now. Can you not hear that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Terrible. Matisse, is your one the same?
Yeah, I can hear it. Can't be me because I'm all tapped out over here.
No, but yours is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
1 2 1 2.
It's
Yeah,
SAEED,
Saeed.
man.
Saeed, it's Saeed. I'm gonna mute you for now, Saeed. We'll come back when we need to come back. Sahel says, I know a Spurs fan won't understand, but league form is irrelevant in a final. In one-off games, our players turn up. Casemiro is bigger than your club.
They do have those moments, players. I'll give them that.
Big
Organization
up,
has to be the word of the day. If we're
Get the
organized,
F back.
we beat them.
Get the F back in your bin, Saeed. We're winning and seeing armpits in 2 days. Our team is better. United will not score. You'll see me very soon. Tobs is going to be on a call to fix someone's shitty laptop, and we'll dash it at the wall when the sofa score notification for Highland goal comes in.
I don't know what job he thinks I have, but I'm not
It's
a technician.
it's
man.
because Steve once Steve said he's fixing laptops somewhere. And that's it. You fix laptops now.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm sure that pays very well.
Oh yes,
That's
Steve
all.
It's too late now,
Yeah,
mate.
you
You've
do,
called it a
bro.
shitty job. It's too late.
I didn't call it a
Steve
shitty job.
started it, by the way. Steve started it. He goes,
call
to
it
Steve-
Loads of
I said
laptop
that's not my job.
There's loads of them little shops in London. You can get a job fixing laptops in the back, man.
Yeah. Bury them. It's big up Suj. He says, thinking of a smart comment for this discussion between mid teams, I've had to refrain as one of them still walking away with a cup and we have nothing. That's the way it's got to be. Why don't you do a punishment for the loser of the mid-off, deserved after all this hype and confidence? Because if we start doing punishments for everything, then the punishments don't really weigh as much as they do when we do it once a season for the big one. So, you know, we've got to balance it out.
What kind of final destination shit are these viewers on, man? What the hell? They always want punishment. Oh, forfeit this, punishment that. How about just enjoy the content, man? What's wrong with these lot?
Said what kind of final
Calm.
destination shit.
It's the truth. They always want us punished.
Cody says we didn't beat City once last season either, Tobs, until the cup final. We've got winners in the squad. We've got heritage, and you are Spurs. G Mars, if you don't think Son ain't rising for his last big game for Spurs, you're bugging. Son, Solanke, Johnson, there's goals, not pretty goals, but goals.
There really isn't.
Alex says, as a Spurs fan, no, Maddison is a huge miss. If we had him in along with our proper back line, I would feel very confident. Without, it feels 50-50.
100%.
Yeah, Madison's huge. Make no mistake about that. Huge.
Absolutely huge.
We got.
He
That's
actually
what.
knits everything that we were talking about City earlier on in terms of fluidity and attack and knitting together. Maddison is that guy for Spurs. And without Maddison, they've got cloggers. I'm sorry, they've got cloggers.
But that's why the defense is important. That's why I'm talking about Romero and Mickey Van de Ven. The defense is important, bro.
Mickey Van de Ven is. Romero's just such a bozo, absolute bozo.
We can say all this, but Romero's record in finals, it's impeccable.
Okay,
Every single.
It's
the truth. Every
no,
single
but you know what happens in America.
Every single final he's played, he's won. What do you mean? We don't all know what happens. I'm telling the truth.
Club football.
But I'm talking about finals. Every single final he's played, he's won. So what? But every single final he's played. Grizz is talking about Romero specifically. He's not talking about Tottenham.
Yeah,
Romero. I'm telling you, every final he's played, he's risen it.
Well then.
So let's see.
Casemiro's finals.
I acknowledge Casemiro. I said, yeah, Man United have big moment players that could win this game. I didn't dispute that, did I? I'm not here rubbishing Casemiro the same way.
Somebody's O has got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Spurs, man. Fuck's sake, man. Do something with your bloody lives.
KJG says, is this the best combination 11? Vicario, Porro, Van de Ven, Maguire, Spence, Bentancur, Casemiro, Maddison, Kulusevski, Solanke, Son.
Fucking hell, man. Maguire in the back line. Do me a favor.
No Fernandez.
Fucking hell.
Fernandez got to be in there, man.
Yeah,
of course Bruno's there.
Take Bentancur out and you put Fernandez in there.
No.
That's quite a shit team, you know.
And yeah, it's still shit, but it's
it's a proper shit team. KGG, I know you try to cook something.
Yeah. Couple players.
No
let me not.
No one's eating that.
He was about to go argue again.
He's about to go.
Just
I don't like combined 11s though, man.
Keeping my thoughts to myself. I don't give a shit about combined 11. I give a shit about the result.
Say this is not a combined 11 type game. This is a we hate you, you hate us game.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no combined 11.
This one here from Kendrick says, is Arsenal's best European moment a sprint versus Madrid or Rice free kick versus Madrid? It could never be my club. Big up the panel every time. I mean, if we're talking Champions League, then probably Inter Milan, it's going to be wins or moments rather than. But Cup Winners' Cup was a very credible European competition once upon a time. So I don't know how it is more credible than Europa League. That's for sure. That is 100% for sure. And we've won one of those. So yeah. Haaland 0 goals, 0 assists in 7 finals for City. Weghorst has more GA in finals for United than Tapin Land, and he was there for one loan.
We've said before about goals and assists in finals and all that. That doesn't matter. But I don't think we spoke enough about him bottling the penalty. That is disgraceful. from the most expensive striker in world football, the talisman, the record goal scorer. This monster of a goal scorer is not real, like he has no emotions. Like this was his chance to win something, and all that stay humbler and all this bullshit that's gone through this season. He had a chance to end it all, and he fucking let a rookie take the ball off him, or did he give it to him? Because that's what I want to know. Did he give the ball to him, or did the rookie take the ball off him? Either way, that was disgraceful.
He give it away, I think. I think he give it away.
That is absolute
strange.
bottling. That is bottling of the highest fucking nature.
Strange.
Yeah, weird.
Can you imagine Salah? Kevin, like, I don't know anyone else. Who else? Bruno would have done it. I don't know any of your teams.
It honestly doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Palmer's not giving that ball away to anyone.
Palmer's not giving that ball to no one. And
Neither is Kane.
Kane, yeah, go on. You can mention Kane.
And he's usually the first one to grab it and see his ass if anyone else grabs it. So it's just Haaland. He grabs it all the time.
Yeah.
And if anybody else grabs it, he usually like sulks and takes it off him. But this time, it was just weird, man. Like nobody knows. We don't know. We were coming out the ground saying
that is bottling.
What's going on there?
500k a week to fucking not take the penalty in a cup final. Are you mad?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Mahar says, to be honest, I'm happier about no Kulusevski. Killed us last time Spurs played us. If he played, I'd be more worried. Good. What's GGS?
Good luck, probably. Good luck to both clubs, but hoping United take the W.
Yeah.
Good luck.
No Kulu is. I mean,
that's a good luck.
It's something like that.
Madison is the big.
It must be good games or something.
Good games. Okay.
Good games to boys. Still, yeah, whatever. Big up Mahar. Big up, guys, says Nizam. Hit me up when you're coming to Cape Town. I'll take you guys around. I've been following you guys since day one. Best time around December. I can't lie, after we hit up Johannesburg in the summer, yeah, it'll be a little while at best till we hit up SA again. So if you can make it to Joburg, then try and make it. I know it's quite a distance, but yeah, if you can, big up. Ryan says, big up the panel and stream, guys. But Turkish, question for you, as I'm a little worried with whether Arsenal, Berta and Arteta will get Gyökeres over the line with Man United waiting in the wings. But what's the question, brother? For me, they need to do what they need to do. That's it. And I like, there's no point in me worrying or getting excited about anything until it happens. So, you know, I'd rather talk after the fact. And if Man United do sign him and then we go get Sesko, and then next season it's all about waiting for Sesko to acclimatize, whereas Gyökeres hits the ground running, then there's a conversation. But they just need to do what they need to do now. I'm just... yeah, I don't pay mind to any of these rumors until it's official. Raji says, Turkish, if Arteta and Berta totally disagree on which striker Arsenal should sign and either is gettable, who do you think should get the final word? Berta, in my opinion, more experience, more know-how, and Arteta's had 2 bites of the striker cherry, and we've got Jesus and Havertz on 520k a week, so no more striker cherries, please. Give it to Berta. Aslan says, Casemiro full wages are 350. He was literally getting that in the Champions League last season, and now he's on 75% of that in Europa. Embarrassing live from Steve. Is it? I did read somewhere that it's going to get close to 500k if he goes Champions League, though. So
listen, they had a guy on Talk Sport, the financial guy, who was talking about the permutations. So listen, Aslan, Romy, $4.99. I'd rather listen to him than you fucking goon. So,
no, his wages do go back up though. If the
that's what I'm saying. He makes him the highest paid player, like you say, for your Man United in the Premier League history. So that's what I'm saying. It's saying if they win it, he's got a clause, and they said a lot of players have got a trophy bonus, so they're all going to get like bonuses in that.
The manager's got one as well. So I don't know, man. We might even be more broke. Can't lie. Don't know how they're going to afford that. But
these little wet wipes crying as if it's their own dough. You know what I mean? I'll just make things up, mate. I listened to it today. Fucking tool.
Chelsea says, yo, Unc said Trent would be better than Ashley Cole in the Premier League during the top 5 fullback video. Salute for the prediction.
Everything that Steve said, right, about Aslan, I'm saying about you as well, Charles. Like, why are you making up bullshit? Like, why the fuck would I compare a right back to a left back? The conversation was left backs and the conversation was right backs. So you just totally made that up. Ashley Cole, fuck's sake, man, all timer.
Amir, I don't know what this is. Wins, Karabag,
What the
Ferencvaros.
fuck have I heard?
He said Hoffenheim.
Yeah, he's talking about a run to the final.
Oh, did you lose to Galatasaray? Yeah.
We did. I was at the
Oh
game.
yeah, you was
Remember?
there. Yeah. Okay, that's your run. Draws to Roma and Rangers. The quality downgraded with a smiley upside down face.
There's some Conference League teams in there, Ferrero Rochers and Quack Packs, and see. So let's not overdo it with this thing. Bodo Gimp in semi-final. I don't know why you man laugh at conference when you're playing these teams. Fucking hell.
Because you're in conference.
Yeah, but look at the teams.
Doesn't matter.
fuck is
You're in
the Elfsborg?
conference. You're in conference. That's all that matters.
Adar says if Bayern land Wirtz, Oliver Musiala and Kane, that could be one of the most creative attacking units we might have seen in a long time. Their defense is still shaky though.
True.
Yeah.
That'll be a fucking sensational.
They're getting Tar as well, though. They're getting Tar.
Jazzy Jeff in the building. Quote, Watkins is an option. Sesko can mature in 3 years. Does it make sense to tell Arteta what players he's getting? At Turkish, please put AFTV James in detention. Phase 6 and I'm hearing hogwash. Hashtag Arteta fan TV. I guess this is where the question to me came from about who makes the decision. Yeah, for me, I mean, like I said, Berta is the more experienced, the guy that's been around at the highest level for longer. And it's his job, right? It's been his job. And one of the positions that he was great in at Atletico was the striker position. Whether that's finding the next best striker or whether that's quickly realizing that the striker they brought in isn't the next best striker, maybe like a Jackson Martinez or a Felix, they quickly kind of get it sorted within a couple of years. So, yeah, either way, Berta. And Boogeyman says, Tobs, I'm in Dallas. Let's link up. Boogeyman, he's been a subscriber of the show from day one.
100, bro. Shout me. I'm active tomorrow evening. And obviously Wednesday afternoon. So shout me, bro. Just DM me on Twitter or Instagram.
There you go. And there was another super chat about it earlier.
Meet me at the Blue Oyster.
Meet me at the Irishman. That's where I'm gonna be tomorrow.
There's no more predictions to make. That was only Man City. Obviously, we'll do the rest of game week 30. Well, the game week 38 on Thursday's show. Europe. Actually, I didn't go round. I mean, did we all answer Europa League final? I'm gonna say Man United.
Spurs, obviously.
Spurs. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'll go. That's so shit. I'll go United on penalties.
Penalties, are you sure?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. You got Onana. Fucking hell.
That's what I say. I don't want no penalties, mate. Are you mad?
Yeah, I'll go United 2-1 in extra time. I really don't give a shit. It's going to be funny regardless.
Yes, you do. You do give a shit. You do.
Nah, it will be funny because I've just told you why it would be funny if you won. So it's funny regardless.
This one just came in from Harry saying, arrived at Barcelona and will drive to Bilbao now. I'm feeling sick over this final. SAEED, see you there. I want some.
Yeah, man, I'll be there tomorrow. So if you're around Bilbao,
I'm moving mad though. He's
make
feeling
sure your drip's correct, yeah. Don't be wearing them work socks again with your shorts, yeah. Make sure the drip is correct, yeah.
Say, don't let him talk to you like that.
Brother, listen to me, yeah. Yeah. I see that Primark t-shirt right there, yeah. Don't talk to me about my drip.
This isn't Primark. This is Zara, mate. This is Zara.
Are you sure it's Zara?
I promise you, Zara.
It's Primark, that, isn't it?
That's what they all say.
That's what they all say, man. Show the receipt, man.
It's Zara.
Zara.
By the way, there's nothing wrong with shopping at Primark, by the way. Just to let you know.
Before he gets ripped by the Primark community on X. All right, cool. That's it. That's where we're good. Man City predictions made. Europa League final predictions done. Thursday 9 p.m. we'll be back. The whole team will be back for that one, people. So make sure you are there. And yeah, that's it. No more mobs, just main shows. And we've got something coming out for you guys tomorrow, guys and girls. Tomorrow, another piece of pre-recorded content If you're subscribed, you'll know when it drops. If you're not, then make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, do all of that stuff. Individual channels in the description below. It's midnight over here in the UK. Wherever you're tuning in from, love for the love. We'll see you again real soon. Peace. We're out.